Good morning, Canada. It is Family Day here in Ontario, a holiday across most of the country. We're in Thunder Bay. It's going to be a busy day at the Scotties. It is the 44th edition of the Scotties Tournament of Hearts. Here in Thunder Bay, it's a Battle of Alberta. Fort William Gardens hosted the event in 1996, 2022, and we're back for the Scotties. All the action right here on TSN. Coming inside the building, glad you're watching our coverage. Brian Mutra, Kathy Gauthier. How do you turn a Monday morning into a Friday night? You bring in Gauthier for her thoughts so far on what's been an interesting competition here on the ice.
Well, it's incredible that we're talking that Monday is a must-win for some teams, but in this format where only 3 get through, it is that situation.
A lot of focus on Ontario, including Krista McCarville. She's unfortunately 0-3, but that other Ontario team, Danielle English, she's back as a skip, and this is a really lovely touch shot.
Well, this game was back and forth all night. Each team making some great shots, missing. Danielle needs the hearts to score 2 in this all-important end. Gets that perfect weight, and watch this.
Scooch!
There you go. Sometimes the ice has to help you out a little bit.
Oh, that little grab right there for Inglis. The ice is nice for her, and that's a great shot as she will roll and beat Quebec. Here's your score. So 8-4 for her over Laurie St. George. Carrie Anerson, the 4-time champ, 10-2 over Scoffin. Wow, Kate Cameron rebounding big time, 15-4 over Newfoundland Labrador. And Christina Black edging out Caitlin Laws, 7-6. So you talked about it, Kathy. The early storyline, obviously, McCarville 0-3, Holman 3-0. She's undefeated, Anerson undefeated. And just keep in mind, when it comes to the pool play, A and B respectively, only 3 teams will qualify and move on. The head-to-head competition is obviously so important. So we've got a Battle of Alberta, and when you look at Alberta teams over the years, Chelsea Carey comes to mind. She won a pair. She's actually from Manitoba, but represented Alberta. Heather Nedowin back in the day. But these 2 teams, Kathy, out of Alberta, maybe the future of some powerhouses here at the Scotties someday.
Well, if you're looking at Alberta, or if you're from Alberta, this makes you really happy. Sturmay, Skrlik, both very strong teams. That's your future.
So the Skrlik team in general, they have played a ton of games. They want to obviously qualify for the Olympic trials and do very well here at the Scotties.
Well, this is one of those teams that you say this is going to be the future. We just talked about how strong they are, but Kayla Skrlik in particular, she's one of those players that everybody circles and says, this is someone that is very special. She makes all the easy ones, but she will make the brilliant shots that a lot of these skips out here cannot do.
Selena Sturmay was brilliant last year in Calgary. At one point, a 7-1 record, and she's got a lot of help from her teammates, including this young lady.
Well, I'm going to highlight Danielle and watch her throughout the game. Yesterday I watched. This team was in a lot of trouble. She was making run-back triples. She is somebody that we saw playing mixed doubles with Johnny Moe. She's got all the tools in her box.
Sturmay, such a great run last year, eventually losing to Kate Cameron, just missing out on that semifinal berth. So we're all set on this holiday Monday morning. It's the Battle of Alberta, and it's next on TSN.
The 2025 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Scotties, Canada's #1 facial tissue brand. By Home Hardware, here's how. By PointsBet, the official sports gaming partner of Curling Canada. And by BKT Tires, growing together.
It really is a beautiful part of the country, Thunder Bay on the shores of Lake Superior. It's been cold, it's been crisp, but perfect weather for some curling and some good crowd support here as well. It's a Battle of Alberta, but we also know Krista McCarville, the hometown favorite on the ice. It is Selena Sturmay versus Kayla Skrlik. And we're excited to bring you our feature game all morning long here on TSN. It's time to meet the teams. Brought to you by Home Hardware. Here's how. And we begin with Team Sturmay, Danielle Schmiemann, Desiree Haas, and Paige Papley. And this team is out of the Saville Community Sports Center in Edmonton. Out of the Garrison in Calgary, it's time to meet Team Kayla Skrlik, Margot Fleming, her sister Ashton, and Jerry Lynn Ramsey's the lead, but she does hold the broom in the house as the vice of this team. So a great matchup, a lot of talent here. Two of the up-and-coming skips and teams out of Alberta. We talked about them off the top, Kathy. There's so much potential out of that province, and you go back as well. You see Shannon Kleibrink as part of the support team as well. What a great player she was. We mentioned the great Heather Nedowin, Chelsea Carey, but you see the future right now here when it comes to Team Alberta.
Well, and it's just so nice when you come from a province. You're always looking at, you know, when Jennifer Jones retired, for example, in Manitoba, there's a ton of teams that are fighting for that spot. Some provinces pin all their hopes on one team, and when that team retires or splits up, you're like, who's next? But here you've got two really solid teams. Selena Sturmay winning the province last year, Kayla losing that final to her. This year, Kayla wins Alberta. Selena gets through because of Team Carey not having enough players to field a team. And every experience at a Scotties for both of these teams is only going to help as they develop.
So Selena Sturmay's team winning the draw to the buttons, so they have hammer. Lead stones for Kayla Skrlik, as we talked about, Jerry Lynn Ramsey. And this was a super busy team, Kathy. Their record coming into the Scotties, 51-20. They played a ton. They're ranked third in the country on the CTRS points. And a part of that, the reasoning is get comfortable, new parts to this team. They've moved around a little bit to ensure they're ready to go and they're cohesive for what matters most, the Scotties and obviously the looming trials as well.
Well, and really good to see Jerry Lynn back. She came here healthy. They went out, and the very first night for dinner wound up with food poisoning, and so missed the first draw. Wasn't feeling great the second day, but feeling back to normal now. And it's just so important to have your four players because everyone plays such a vital role beyond just throwing.
Paige Papley leads stones. A lot of success already for the young lady. World Junior silver medalist back in 2019. Was the champ, the under-21 champion in 2019, the same year as well. Won the U-Sport Canadian Championship in 2020. And all that experience adds up when you get to the bright lights here at the Scotties.
That was 3-9. It didn't get there. Yeah, now we're going even wider. Yeah, so trust it. You got it. Okay.
We talked about both of these teams playing a lot, but their records on tour very different. Skrlik getting a lot of points, developing as a team, having their share of wins. The Sturmay team was a struggle, played in 10 events, qualified only in 2. And coming off a 4th place finish last year at the Scotties, you have to wonder what the differences were.
It's gotta be in. Good sweep. Sorry, Kels. 4-1. We can't knife this early.
And a good scrub to get that stone from Jerry Lynn in. Remember, born in Summerside, PEI, back in the day, that wonderful run with Kathy O'Rourke at that Scotties on home turf as well, and now lives in Calgary and battling with his team out of the Garrison Curling Club.
Lions great. Top 14. Lions great. Running right now. Curling now. No. Really curling. Back 4. Just wait for it. It's good, Paige. What'd you get? 12-7.
Okay, 12-7. So that's a little bit heavy, but later on in the game, a 12-7 will be hacked to bumper weight. Just shows you how crisp the conditions are at the start and the adjustment that's needed as the game progresses.
Line's good. All there. Oh, room. All you guys.
Sister Ashton,
Room though.
second stone for this team.
Pretty close. Got it, Carl. Line's good. Get it here. Hard. Yep. Hard.
Oh, great brush.
Good. Great sweep. Really good sweep. I got 4-3 on it.
What, 14?
4-3, yeah. Gosh.
Good shot.
And a familiar face as well, Desiree Haas. We saw her compete for British Columbia. Champ of that province back in 2020.
Hard!
Played for Corinne Brown for a long time.
Trying to open up the front, spills those yellows. Let's start this morning off, Kathy, keys to the game, and we'll start with Team Skrlik.
Well, lead the way. Jerry Lynn Ramsey was the best player on the ice last night, and her opponent was 65%. And so that tells you that you can get a good start and open the path. When I talk about Kayla Skrlik, I talk about her abilities, but she can't be expected to make the really big shot every time she sits in the hack.
10. Yep. Whoa. Clean. 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 Good shot.
Nice.
And for Team Sturmay, they were down 5-1 after 3 to Krista McCarville yesterday. They did come back, but you can't count on that. Need to start strong. And in terms of second, Ashton is at -3 in 3 games. That means in all 3 games they played, her opponent has outshot her by 5% or more. Need a better performance.
Keys to the game brought to you by Sponge Towels. Absorb life, all of it.
Light. Light. Yep. Whoa. Light. Yep. Whoa. No. Curl. Curl.
We're close.
Straight. 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 Hard. Good.
We're shot 1-2.
Okay. Top 4.
Yeah.
Top 8's not bad.
And Muddy, just to be clear on that
Think
second
this'll
to
still be a
none,
little
meaning
heavy?
that
I
Desiree
think
Hawes,
so.
you saw her numbers, she's second overall for Team Sturmay. This is where you can see an advantage to the team if she's able to continue that play if Ashton's having a bit of a struggle.
Margot Fleming back at the Scotties, represented the Northwest Territories at 4 previous events. We saw her compete with Carrie Galusha, and she joins this team, replacing Brittany Tran, who was on the team last year.
Top 4, top 8.
Curl. Running like it's heavy.
No knife.
Curl. Curl. 4-1. Keep curling.
Gotta go.
Keep curling. Keep curling. Keep curling. You got it. Hard. Keep curling. Keep curling. Keep curling. Keep curling. Keep curling. Good sweep.
And a good drag, and good
Too much
enough
ice.
for their team to lie 3.
Good, Margot. I got 4-1. Okay.
All right.
You hear a lot of times, and for maybe the new viewer, someone new to curling at home, Kathy, 4-1. So there are split times from, and we can play along here at home as Danielle throws. You hit the watch there, and then you'll hit the stopwatch there.
A lot more teams are doing hog to hog, Muddy, because there's so many things that can happen from the hack to the hog line or from the different lines. It's just between the 2 hog lines, whether you slide slow and extend or you slide fast and pull back. Hog to hog is going to be consistent, and it's easier to get a better feel, but everybody has their own systems. I'm also a big fan when conditions are changing, as they have been this week, to just walk beside rocks, chart paths, map it out, talk about it, communicate. Those are really important tools as well as a stopwatch.
You know, Kathy, to your point, I was lucky enough to play at the Saville Center out of Edmonton years ago in men's, and we had a teammate. He'll go nameless, by the way, but he would slide out, pull it back. It was impossible to get a split time on this guy. And to your point, the hog to hog is obviously a lot more efficient. Tells a better story.
Oh, that was a good throw. 9-8. Yeah, really good throw. Just really wrong broom.
Okay. Back 8, yep.
Okay.
Great.
Okay. Probably same as my
Good pressure by Team Skrlik, but this is where Selena Sturmay has made the flip. She's no longer going to be hitting and trying to roll under. Is now asking Danielle to start to play the draw game, make a really good one around the stone that belongs to Skrlik in the 12-foot, 8-foot, and try to manufacture a 2.
Kathy, so impressed with Schneemann when we saw her in the bubble. in Calgary back in 2021. She played with John Morris in mixed doubles.
Where?
And you really saw,
Yep, back
you know,
in.
so many
Yep.
tools in her toolbox when it comes to her game
Back
and,
four. Yep, keep going hard.
and what she can bring to this team and what she is bringing to this team as she'll put that one back hearts.
What'd you say? 3-7.
It's a very nice shot.
Okay, just a little fresh there still.
Yeah, and if we roll out, it's right there.
Pretty frosty. Good throw.
I feel like you really have to hit half. Even if we just roll out, it's fine. They're always coming to the middle.
Okay. You got it.
Yep.
Good weight by Danielle. It's probably 3/4 open to Kayla.
Come on, Kels. Yeah, control. Okay. Does it feel like control?
I'd say I kicked a little, only like a quarter second, what I thought, and it ran true. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we don't need to stick around. It'd be nice, but
Yeah.
okay.
Are you going for control?
Yeah, control and roll.
You got it. You got
Well,
it.
Kathy, I'm
Good.
glad that I had my coffee this morning because you have two Alberta teams, similar jerseys. At least the rock colors are different, or I'd be in big trouble here.
It is it's a bit much when you look out there to see a blue.
Well, we know Alberta will win, so we got that going for us. As Kayla Skrlik skips stones here in one.
Wants to make sure it goes. Doesn't care too much about sticking around. Nicely done.
I got a text message from a family member. You see, obviously, in the bug, Alberta, Saskatchewan, and one of my cousins wants to know if they've teamed up for this event, Saskatchewan and Alberta. Like, no, it's Skrlik and it's Sturmay.
I thought I kicked down,
Okay.
to be honest.
Good. Good shot.
You got it.
Her LSD was 3-4.
Kelsey was a 3-8. This should be similar?
Need a hair more?
Hair more?
2 more?
Yeah.
Give you a bit more to draw the pin right now.
Yeah, even a foot or two more is okay. You want back four-ish?
Ideally, just as buried as we can.
I mean, you know what? This is I'm throwing my family under the bus here, but I guess they have a point. Alberta,
Yes.
Saskatchewan, Skrlik. I mean, there you go.
Well, good discussion by Paige and Desiree before Selena got down there. You heard them talking about her LSD was 3.8. They're talking about when Selena threw the draw to the button, what her split time was. So how do we give her some good information as it compares to when she threw prior to the game beginning?
Last stone drop.
Thank
And
you.
you see him playing along here, Kathy.
Everything.
And this weight looks pretty good.
Hard!
Trying to tuck it.
Sorry.
Trying to somehow produce the skipper's deuce here.
Good throw.
Pretty good weight. It just didn't finish any more than the first one
Okay.
that Kayla was going after. But so for Kayla, knows the path.
I thought I would get a smidge better between those.
Yeah.
Throws, but
7?
Ooh, Jared got 10-7 for some reason.
Oh, that makes way more sense.
Okay.
I heard 9-7. I was like, oh, shoot.
Like, what?
Okay.
What are we throwing? I'm going to try to throw 10-5.
Hey, I like it.
I'll aim on the 10 side,
Okay,
though.
okay. No, that's good.
Kayla Skrlik, 4-4 at her first Scotties back in 2023. Just missing out on a tiebreaker that year.
Yep. Whoa! Little more!
71 games played coming into this year's Scotties. A ton of curling.
Lots.
Okay, sorry.
And she'll
That's good,
roll a
Kels.
bit here.
Sorry, Kale.
No, that's...
So it'll be the
heavier.
exact same shot for a single.
Yeah.
Up against
Sorry.
a mitt full of yellow, though,
that's
here in
heavy.
this first end.
It's a great force.
I kicked
harder.
I think to stick where we
Yeah,
want
I
to
missed
stick.
it. If they said it, I honestly didn't hear them. That's okay.
Again?
I know.
Make it a hair better, but so she was like,
I
oh,
love
like
it.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, the good news for Selena is she's just thrown this in the same path. The bad news is that she's facing 5.
Great credentials as well for Selena, Canadian junior champ, world junior silver medalist that year. Won 2 times, U Sport champ. What a program, the University of Alberta.
You got more weight.
So many great players, men and women, have come out of that program.
I think we're okay. Are you to this one?
Her final stone in 1 needs a great draw again against a ton of yellow granite here.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Well, they said she threw 3.73 to draw to the button. That's exactly what that was.
Oh, we're good. How about perfect? Right on the pin. That's a great way to get your confidence going. Lovely draw weight. And we're underway on this holiday Monday. It's 1-0 Sturmay.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Thunder Bay inside Fort William Gardens. Opened up back in 1951. Actually hosted an NHL preseason game back in 1993 between the Capitals and the Senators. Both teams having a nice season in the NHL right now, especially Washington. Home to the Lakehead Thunder Wolves men's university hockey program, and the Scotties taking over this historic building for the next, well, we got 7 days left. The final on Sunday will crown a Team Canada. Will represent our country at the Women's Worlds this year in South Korea, beginning March the 15th.
And you may have seen that rock being removed, and that's because Jerry Lynn moved the guard that was in front of the house off the center line. You cannot do that. You can touch it. She could have frozen to it, but the second that you move it off the line, you have the choice of removing the stone, and that's exactly what happened. It wasn't burnt. It's just part of the new rules, trying to make sure that there's rocks in play and that it's entertaining.
It's funny how the game evolves, right? Like the players got so good at the tick shot,
Yes,
or the
they did.
Weagle, if you want to call it. At least the Weagle is back. Trying to get by it again, and this time by it, and a nice tap.
Great sweep, Ash.
And shot stone top four.
11-3. She just crossed her body and sent it back.
So Kathy, it's only Monday morning, and I know there's a lot of curling to come, but must win here for Krista McCarville.
She really does have to, and you know, even then we wonder about head-to-head because only 3 advance, but she's got a tough opponent in Corinne Brown, who has been playing very, very well. Saskatchewan, we saw, is taking on
Liz Adams,
New Brunswick, and then Julia Weagle. There's a team that is 0-2 but has been pushing people, and Jane DiCarlo will have to be sharp this morning. Somebody's coming out with a win, and then of course we have our feature game.
Rachel Holman, Team Canada, the bye.
Top 12, top 8.
Yep, keep going hard, hard, hard.
Oh, get touched it.
Ice looks great this morning.
Touched it a hair at the end, but
5-4. Okay.
good sweep. That actually held.
Hey, did you get a time on that?
Yeah, I got a 5-5.
Ooh, I feel like it's not going to be a 5-5 kick, though.
No, they were calling light right
We'll keep
away.
you updated all morning long, and we'll start with Saskatchewan taking on New Brunswick. And it's great to see Nancy Martin here skipping for the first time. Saw her a ton in the mixed doubles format, Kathy, but Nancy's having a great time, and she's playing some nice curling.
Well, she really is. You know, Nancy spent a lot of time with Steve Laycock trying to qualify for the mixed doubles spot to represent Canada. Wasn't able to do that, but lots of reps. Has a chance for 2 here if she can stick around.
And the shooter spinning as Melissa Adams trying to clean that up.
Great
Can't,
sweep,
so it
girls.
sticks around, and there you
Two
go. 2 on the board for Team Saskatchewan.
2 red. Sorry.
I threw it like you did. Also do that. Whatever you see. First ball was that.
Either one, whatever you like. Yeah. You got her, Des. You got it.
Well, 2 choices for Des. Do you come around with the out turn and try to tap, or do you run it straight back? I believe they're elected to do the straight back.
Like
Better
an
chance
8.
of sticking
Curl.
around.
8-5. Well, curl, yep, keep going.
8-5.
And Desiree will
That's okay.
jiggle a few stones in there still. Skrlik lying the 2.
How much do you have on this?
So we showed you the update for Team Saskatchewan.
I
And it
don't
was a
mind
blank
throwing
by
right
Corinne
here.
Brown
Yeah, I like
over
that.
on sheet A.
I think this is a bit
And
slower
Nunavut's
out there.
1-0 over
This will be
PEI.
my draw to, pretty close to my draw to pin pass.
Ooh, very fresh, right?
Slower than your draw to pin, though.
Like we didn't get to the edge of 12 here ever.
Like
this
probably,
way.
Oh, true. This is way wider, right?
Like
yeah.
kind of like this side was this way.
Got it. Not like that, but it's not bad.
Mine's good.
Not bad.
Should die out here. Whoa, whoa.
Talked about Ashton in the opening in terms of keys being a -3, but her numbers are not bad as she's just been playing against players who have played well. I think yesterday 80%. But in a game, it's not only about scoring good numbers, it's about going head-to-head with the player in your position and finding ways to be better than them.
Okay. Who would have thought? straight.
They're just heavy, right?
Kathy, how much pride did you
Surprised
take?
that
You were a
didn't
front-end
die.
player. You won 3 times the Scotties. How much pride did you take? And when you looked at your schedule, said, okay, I got person A and person B and person C coming up, and I want to blast them. Like, was that your mentality?
Well,
or?
the blast part is definitely my mentality.
Yeah.
But no, it was incredibly important to me because I always felt that if I was able to outshoot my opponent, I was putting the third that was following me in a way better shape. And then, of course, through them to the skip to be able to score. So it's a win as a team, but your biggest part beyond sweeping and brushing for the players on your team is to help them by giving your team an edge by outshooting the opponent.
Would you say
And
Max
Schneeman,
back
a nice
now?
bang-bang double. Sticks the shooter.
Bad. It's not terrible. You got it.
11, 10, 5, 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of ice, but
You got it.
we're good.
You see the stolen
11.
numbers there, Kathy. In that game against Krista
11.
McCarville, how did they come back in that game? How did that play out?
You know what? It was a bit of fearlessness on the part of Selena. I watched that game very closely. She takes risk without hammer, and sometimes when you're down, you really need to be able to do that.
11-5.
Good sweep, bud. Just down. Whatever you see. I think half is easier.
I think I like both of them.
Yeah.
I expect this to maybe curl a hair more, honestly.
I agree. I think
I agree.
Movement.
You got her.
Kathy, do you care about holding the shooter here? Are you just trying to blast the double, or what are you doing?
Well, if you're going to hit it on the outside with enough to try to make the move, you'd have to throw up weight, and that's exactly what we're seeing here out of Danielle.
Yep. Hard. Hard. Hard.
Trying to hold the line. And big weight, and look at that. Can it squirt enough? It won't.
Great effort, though. It's tough. They're probably 3/4 open to Danielle, and they're frozen or almost frozen. And so to hit that and have the motion to get that stone out, especially it's only the second end. There's fresh pebble that are trying to stop that rock.
It's similar to the path you threw.
But
for
straight
your last
sideways,
drop.
looks like the house is a little more lively on this Monday morning. All right, update time. It's a big one for Krista McCarville, the hometown favorite, 0-3, taking on Corin Brown on this Monday morning.
And I'm not 100% sure. It is two that she's facing, whether she's trying to play the double to bring her other stone into play, or she needs to roll to get shot for sure. Cannot get to the nose.
Corinne, final stone, and rolls it, and a little bit more, and that maybe last little wiggle, just enough
Oh, I don't.
for shot stone.
It's tight. Well, maybe not. Just a single. Good for her.
Good to have you along here, Kathy.
Yep, here for the ride.
Did we get it?
One yellow.
We got it.
Yeah.
There you go, Corinne Brown.
She was funny yesterday. They waved, and they came down to her, and Corinne said, "Did I make the shot?" And they said, "Well, yes, we waved." She goes, "You always wave," and half the time I miss. It's good teammates.
They have a lot of fun, too. If you check, Curling Canada, you check the socials. They had her on yesterday, and a lot of fun answers and quirky questions, and it's great to see the personalities. We're so lucky in our sport, Kathy, to get to hear the competitors,
great
but
people.
you know what? It's they're a lot of fun to be around and to cover for sure.
I agree with you. Firm. Okay. Roll to like center line. I think ideally like behind the yellow or fully to center. Yeah. Okay.
Well, with that last one coming a little bit short, that's the get out of jail free card for Sturmay. Instead of facing two, she now has the chance to hit and lie to. Trying to get the roll underneath, though, to make it tougher for Kayla.
Came into the Scotties a 25-29 record on the slam circuit, 12th when it comes to points. There's the hit, there's the roll, and partially buried, shot stone, and they'll lie too. Updates continue this morning. Let's check in on Nunavut and Prince Edward Island.
You know, Muddy, in watching the other sheets in the afternoon and the evening, this Julia Weigel-Nunavut team is 0-2, but they have made a lot of shots and put a lot of pressure against teams, and they've done that this morning with PEI, line 3. And for Veronica, who throws last rock, needs to get to the 4-foot and a chunk of the 4-foot in order to score.
Jane DiCarlo, the skip, throws the 3rd stone, as you mentioned. Here's Veronica Main, the 4th rock thrower. And a 1-0 lead right now for Nunavut.
14.
14 is that hog-to-hog time.
Great shot, Veronica.
And that is a great shot. Beautiful draw away, getting the hearts.
Lovely.
And a single. And a 1-1 game.
1 yellow. Great judge, 14.
Lead, pretty close, 11.
What is a good hammer
Fair
efficiency,
down.
Kathy? You see there 46.7%. What would be considered pretty elite with hammer?
Anything over 50
Yeah.
is really good.
Yep. Whoa. Good. Nice. Okay, Kels.
Well, we've seen a lot
Good
of
shot. Really good. Yeah.
stuff already at this year's Scotties. We saw a 7 scored.
Yes.
We saw Quebec stealing
7.
7 ends, 6 consecutive, both Scotties records.
What was
The
time?
comeback that we talked about for Sturmay as well.
It was great.
What, was she down by 5 to McCarville in that game?
She was down 5-1 after 3.
5-1. There you go.
I was seeing like a 10-5. Yeah. I think it will curl here. There.
Couple of options for Selena. You could throw another guard on the yellow-red on the left-hand side to say, go ahead, tap it up. You're not going to be able to score 3. But for Selena, this is a smart call. If you don't make the guard perfectly, then the run back by Kayla generates a 3. And you're going out in an area that you haven't played a lot. And so even though you are shot, it's about making sure that you don't give up a bundle to your opponent.
Doesn't do anything crazy.
Been very efficient at that thievery, and a lot of that came at the expense of Krista McCarville last night.
Never off, Paige.
Never
off.
We're just bored.
Whoa! No! Whoa! No!
Whoa. Roll it a little, just a little.
And a little flip. I think there was some concern about the weight rather than the line, making sure they had enough juice to knock that out. They do.
Good though.
But now, run this back and a little roll, Kathy. You can score your 2 here.
No, it's not.
I can see it all and then some.
Oh yeah, I was just
It's
wondering
tough.
if
She
it's gonna have
definitely
enough
has to
momentum
roll.
get this out.
And that was the key for Serena. She needed to make sure that her shooter stayed there so that when Kayla hits it on the nose, it may not be good enough for 2.
Control. Okay. Oh wait. Control. Okay, you got it, Kels.
What is Kayla's bread and butter, Kathy? Does she like the finesse shot, the big hit, or does she have it all?
She's got it all.
Yeah.
10-5. 10-5. Yep.
Well, she's got a chance. Tough shot, but a chance to score 2. Final score here in the second.
Yes. Yes. Whoa. Yes. Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
Got to be close. On, off. There's the hit, but did it roll enough? It did not. That was a tough shot,
Really
Kathy,
hard
to try generate the deuce. But first things first, they made sure they got the single, and they do. Good shot from Kayla Skrlik. As we're all locked up at 1. Welcome back to Thunder Bay on this Monday morning here at the Scotties. Another 3-draw day in our feature, all Alberta, as we have Kayla Skrlik out of Calgary, Selena Sturmay out of Edmonton in a 1-1 game. And this rock on the way from Paige Papley.
And some really good ice conditions this morning. We've seen over the last couple of days there have been some inconsistencies, which affects the scoring. It affects the ability of the players for consistency, but really nice this morning. There is consistent movement, both turns.
So it's family day here in Ontario, and a lot of families, youngsters enjoying the game. Also Louis Riel Day, Islander Day, Nova Scotia Heritage Day. It's a holiday, regardless. But we're glad to be working for you. Always grateful to have you make us a part of your morning.
Good shot. Nice. Good, Ashton.
What's that time, by the way?
9-7.
Yeah,
Okay. I think that's pretty positive.
Both teams seemingly want to just take a breather this end. These first two ends consume a lot of time.
Little light! 11!
Straight up, hard.
Yep, 11! Clean. 11-5. Clean.
Clean. 11-5.
10-8.
Oh, 11 was a good call. Good sweep.
Control.
Control.
Control on this one.
Got it.
Yep. Yep. Down. Yes! Hard! 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 Hard!
Called right out of her hand. They put their head down and went. Great brushing.
Great sweep. She just soft.
Well, when you look at the numbers in the last couple of games, both of these skips are good players. I've talked about that, but they are craving the consistency that all teams desire. That's how you know that you're at the top of the game. In the draws, look at Kayla. Started out really strong, then kind of blipped, and in a trend that you do not want to continue was 59% in her last game. Selena struggled a little bit out of the gate. Her numbers are trended up and then down. Where you really want to be is a plateau, and you just want to stay there. Consistency wins championships.
You know, it's funny, Kathy, whether it's curling or hockey, and I get to chat with Marty St. Louis, the head coach of the Montreal Canadiens, all the time, and what he talks about with his team is making sure if we're bad, make sure our bad isn't bad for a full period. Maybe it's a couple shifts. And that's how you know if you can win games without your best stuff, that's when you start to know that you've arrived and maybe you can compete on a nightly basis, because you're not always going to be at your best.
No, you're not.
Especially the Scotties. It's a long week. Maybe you're off or you're just, and you fight it and it's not there. But can you still find a way to win?
You bet.
Okay, maybe curling. Has a chance.
T. Okay.
Great.
That's fine.
Top 4.
Okay. Top 8.
Make it good then.
Yep. It's fine. It's fine, Jer. They're just gonna. 4-3. It's okay.
Hey.
Got a 409 kick on that.
Same.
Both of these teams are very, very good at the communications. They talk to each other from the time the rock is let go all the way down to the other end. Really, really important that you do that whether you're up or down or close.
Yeah, down. Hard. 10-8. Body goal. Okay. Read up. Read up. Just here with it there. Okay. Would you like more back on that one or more ice? Did yours curl up though?
So our feature,
it did.
Kathy's over here on sheet D. It's right by the fans, right at the edge. Any differences at all that you've noticed, whether you're in the middle sheets or out in the wings, does it matter?
By the nighttime it does, Brian. Usually in the morning the building is colder. Overnight it's really cold outside. So that brings the building down. It's more consistent. Oh dear.
Okay.
So that's a
Sorry,
burnt
Marta.
rock. One of them hit that stone. So it is taken out of play.
right.
Well, that's unfortunate. It happens for sure.
Two.
Silly.
Sorry, buddy.
That's okay. Clean. Ashton. Clean. Clean.
Oh, fuck, I burnt it.
It's with the foot.
Okay. Sorry,
Having a good
Margot.
time.
It's okay.
And there's a great example of what does happen, what you just talked about, Brian. So they're on the outside sheet. They're on the outside of the 12-foot for that shot. Ashton probably in some very fresh pebble that can feel sticky under your foot. And all you need to do is pause for a second, and that's how that happens.
And now an opportunity to split the house with Hammer.
Good though.
I think it's really close.
Danielle Schneeman with the out-turn draw.
Curl curl does. Curl, 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 curl. We're heavy.
And we always talk about it's not a miss until the next shot is made. So capitalizing on a mistake is so important.
And this one's got to dig in a hurry. A little bit of heat on that, and they let him off the hook.
What was it? 13-4.
With it. We just have, yeah.
Okay, you got
Normal. You got it, Kayla. Yeah. Normal? Yeah. It is a little bit of a put it there normal.
Okay, I think it's getting better though.
Yeah, I would agree. And it's just a big black spot under your rock.
It's pretty late, curl, eh? Yeah.
It is. I won't kick your rock.
Okay, sounds good. You got it, Kayla.
Nine, 10-5. 9-5. Yep. Clean. 9-5. Yep, yep. Hard. Really hard. Both. Hard repeat. Hard.
Wow, a tough little spot there, but gets the job done.
Oh, no, yeah. What was it?
Let's check in now on Corinne Brown, BC, and Krista McCarville from right here in Thunder Bay.
Well, that yellow stone biting the back of the hearts, that shot stone belonging to Team BC. The yellow stone that you see to the left, or sorry, to the right, was Corinne's final, trying to get another one in there to lie two, but just grazed off the red stone in the 8-foot. That leaves the in-turn open for Krista McCarville, but it is a very precise draw.
McCarville made the final in Thunder Bay back here in 2022. Lost to Carrie Anderson 9-6 in that final. Val Sweeting curled 90% in that gold medal game. Needs to sit and curl, and it will not. So a stolen point, and Brown leads 2-0.
One yellow, yeah.
Obviously, there's not a lot of time or rocks left, but it's just, you throw that up there, Kathy. Just curious why.
Incredibly different.
I think
Was that a miss,
that was
or-
just a
Oh, it was
miss.
just a
Yeah,
miss.
she was
Okay,
trying to get
sorry,
to
I-
the paint, and I think they knew it wasn't going to get
Right.
there.
I was doing the update and looked over, and I thought, well, it's an interesting time to throw a guard.
Yeah.
I think they're still learning the paths or the stones.
I'm thinking like a 4-2 to tee.
Yeah.
Just a bit slower than your top of the button.
I went through the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's still a good out. Yeah. Okay. You got it, Kels. Okay. Here we go.
You got it.
So great chance here for Kayla Skrlik. The out-turn draw, pick a path, working her
Top,
draw
top.
weight.
And it's a long guard, but anytime that you have anything like that you can use to try to hide behind and make Selena chase.
Hard. I'm getting it.
And she might have been fooled too in that path.
I think it's not the rocks. I think
Yeah.
it's just a very slow path as you go across that center line.
That was
Sometimes
less than a
that's the
drop
area
down.
not used that much.
Communication.
So blank to come in our feature. That gives us time to update Saskatchewan and New Brunswick.
Well, that red stone that you see at the back 8-foot, that was the final stone by Nancy Martin to get shot.
That's not easy.
And so for Melissa, pretty tough to remove. I don't think she's trying to tap it at all. It looks like she's just trying to play the draw for the single.
Melissa and her team out of the Capital Winter Club in Fredericton.
You gotta go, you gotta go, you gotta go! You gotta go!
Former Canadian junior champ, won that in Calgary back in the day.
The whole way, you gotta go! You gotta go!
And it was picked up as soon as she released that rock, and it is gone. So that'll crash. And a steal of 1. And we wish Nancy Martin a happy birthday as well, by the way. And she's enjoying a 4-0 advantage. It's a beautiful cold day here in Thunder Bay. And you're watching the Scotties.
Kayla Skrlik here in the second.
Gonna come up. Here we go. Coming in, coming off and in and back. And oh, goodness. And it's going to be a steal of one.
Used to curl. No, mine's fine.
Good shot. Good judge.
Yeah, you're fine. And it's a fine, too. Trying to keep herself alive. Margot Fleming. Now, what have you got? Oh, not enough. And will it sit? Steal of 3. 10, Rachel Holman will defend her PointsBet championship. Holman is the $50,000 winner.
So that was the PointsBet in her hometown, Kayla Skrlik in Calgary. In a great run, she started off with 3 straight wins, and she shouldn't feel too bad because Rachel Holman has beat a lot of teams over the last 2 years.
You are not wrong.
But good for her to make that final. And if you look at her schedule so far here in Thunder Bay, obviously the win versus Adams, a big win versus BC, the loss to Holman. However, if you can win, keep in mind the tiebreaker, Kathy, in finishing top 3, the head-to-head is so critical. So you beat a team, you've got them in that tiebreaker if it comes down to that.
Well, and we always talk about this pool, and I think a lot of people have conceded that Rachel Holman may be one of those spots that we're just going to not award. She has to earn it, but thinking that that's one of the spots. So everyone fighting for 2, and so that head-to-head and this match this morning, these are 2 teams that we think are going to contend for 2 of those spots. So who wins this has a definite advantage.
Top 8, yep. Yeah, top 8's not bad.
Okay. That's minimum ice, but
You think min?
yes. I was middle 12 for dog button.
I need to give you a hair more than that intern turned to.
Just a
Yeah,
hair,
just a
honestly,
little
not
bit.
much.
Not much? Okay. Line's good, room. Line, room. Top 8, room. Top 8. Top 4.
Well, for Team Sturmay, even though they are buried, those 2 center guards are not exactly what they're comfortable with, but they're taking advantage of them until the time when they can remove them. Very nice.
Yeah, nice stone there from Desiree.
5-1, yeah.
So for Selena Sturmay, it's the same situation. You look at her schedule so far, beat Nunavut, great. Beat McCarville, awesome. However, that loss to Corinne Brown,
huge.
And again, that head-to-head, right? You've got to be top 3 in this group. And you see what she still has to come, including Saskatchewan, including wrapping up against Rachel Holman. So take care of business here against Skrlik, and you set yourself up nicely, but you lose this game.
Okay.
And man, the road looks a little bit tougher.
Well, and talk about opposites. You have Selena going around those guards, and all of a sudden, Kayla Skrlik, who wants to steal in this end, is trying to peel her own guards to get access. And not only was Ashton not able to peel 1 or 2, she left the shooter there.
I just think we're leaving them the out turn to loop around everything eventually, but yeah.
That's like the easiest shot to me.
Yeah. If you're good
My
with that,
first thought was here. That or the guard.
I don't like the guard.
Okay. Well, putting 1 in the middle doesn't really do much for us right now. So let's go wide.
Okay.
Okay, this shouldn't be as fast as that patch you just
So choices. You can go around that center again,
Okay.
but if you ever slide deep, you give your opponent a chance to just get out of this mess that they're currently in.
6 feet, yeah.
And so Selena's gut was, let's just go to the wing. And so it's up to Kayla to get rid of those guards out front, because that's what she tried to do on her last shot. And you're just going to pile the stones out there to try to create an opportunity for a big score.
Line's good.
And that's that record we talked about last year for this team, 7-1. Top in the pool, eventually lost to Kate Cameron.
Tee back 4.
Just missing out on a shot to qualify for that semifinal.
Hard. Back 4. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Hard. Go, 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 Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
So wow, with hammer, now line 4.
Okay.
4-6. No, it was a lot more than that one.
Good throw, Des.
And so for Kayla, just trying to make sure that she doesn't give up a big double opportunity on the stone.
Okay, take your time.
Going to ask Margot to remove those.
All right, feel. You got it.
Oh boy. Got the landing gear back down in time. And it's the
Hard.
out-turn, peel weight, looking for the double.
Hard. Hard. All right. Hey.
And just the one.
Holy heck. Why are we falling over?
That was tough. You could tell she wasn't comfortable with the stone.
Nope.
And then the reset, and then obviously didn't come out the way she wanted.
Sometimes on those, she reset in the hack. It might have been good just to step out of the hack and then just restart the process. It gets you framed, ready to throw.
Okay, it's definitely less.
Good curl a little more than Dez's.
T.
Where?
Top.
Heard Desiree say right away less than the last one,
Hard page.
but a good scrub here, and it looks like it's going to be just fine.
Well, you really want
Keep
this
going, keep
deep
going. Hard,
because if you leave it just where it was going through, a hit and a roll underneath or setting up a double that leaves the Skrlik stone buried is not what they're interested in.
Did you make hole in these right here? I did. You see, I did not think we were getting there. Well,
Margot again looking for the double, trying to get rid of a couple of those red stones.
whoa. Okay.
And drives it right through. That's third shot rock.
Just wide.
Yesterday was Sandra Schmerler Day on TSN. Two youngsters getting, some
You
homework.
roll
Hey,
up,
how you
good
doing?
side.
Guess what? We set a record. 1.1 million plus, helping babies in crisis across Canada. Sandra Schmerler was a 3-time champion. Oh, well, happy
It's her
birthday. How
birthday.
sweet is that? Well, happy birthday. Very cool. And
We
you know
would
what?
sing, but our gift is not singing.
No one needs that. But that's really special. We thank everyone who helped out Sandra Schmerler and the legacy she leaves behind. It's pretty special in the money race, helping babies across Canada. And we thank you. And that's a record set yesterday. And you can still donate to the website, by the way, if you want to get involved.
Well, that's fantastic. Thank you for your generosity. There are going to be so many babies that people don't even suspect they may ever need it, but all of a sudden when that time comes, to know that it's there and it's in your community is very, very special.
You got Kel.
Skip Stone's
How's
here
draw
in 4.
speed? Still a bit
Well, these are
slow.
nervous
Very
times
slow.
for Team
Yeah,
Skrlik.
Similar to that path you just threw. So like,
Yeah.
But if you could loop this in
That's huge.
and
back
get
four.
behind, the
Backing's not
stagger
bad.
is
We just have
actually
to get by the
hurting
front
Selena Sturmay.
and stay buried.
Okay.
Okay, you got it.
Nice release here.
Yeah.
Top 4.
It is a big out-turn
four,
drop.
top 8.
Needs to bury one here. Shot Stone.
Clean, we have room. What?
T.
Clean.
Top 4.
You can? Yep.
Straight.
Room. Close.
Back 4.
Yep. Yeah.
And look at this start to break.
Okay.
Weight looks pretty good. Just by, and that is an absolute pistol from the skipper, Kayla Skrlik. Unbelievable shot.
That is brilliant.
4-7.
Great, Jill.
Thinking about her last draw, it was short as a corner guard going the other way. You have to wonder about the ice. Great judgment, great brushing. Really good line call by Jerry Lynn.
Clean.
Yeah.
They just
I know they
lift
almost
her.
curled on their own. Ah! Please, no curling.
Yeah, we cannot tick.
Wonderful shot.
Oh.
And there's that stagger, Kathy, we talked about.
Batter.
I know. I'm out here just saying,
I think if we're playing this, it's to try and move it back.
No, sorry. this gives us 2 ways at it if we switch it off. But I do think this is here.
I think they're both there. Does it do
Yeah,
any good?
I agree.
Just try and rip up.
I don't hate moving it now.
Yeah. Ideally.
Probably not.
Yeah, probably that. This one. Okay. Back line.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's going to curl plenty to get there.
Yeah. My first thought was here with back line.
I think this is tough actually to get
that's
this all the
close,
way
yeah.
back.
I think that's close, yeah.
Okay.
Now that long, long, long,
And
long
actually,
guard
if we ever run this onto it.
definitely takes away the tap, I think, because I
think if
don't
you
know
push it
that
into the open and
it
roll
will
this one, it's
curl
better.
that much to get to the red zone to tap it out, but it's the only thing you've got, so you have to give it a try.
And as we check in on Brown and McCarville, some pressure here on Krista McCarville. It looks like BC is counting the 2.
Well, Corinne Brown made a wonderful shot. Krista went around on her first, and it was mostly buried. Corinne got enough of it to remove it and roll behind that center guard. So for Krista has to navigate the hole, but has to hope that it doesn't overcurl, needs to bite the forefoot.
In our feature, you see Selena Sturmay deliver the intern. Trying to get by those high guards, and McCarville has to slow down. And that's again too far as Krista struggled with the draws around 25% in the game in our feature. Little hit, little rub, so they'll stagger the stones a little differently, but still shot stone for Kayla Skrlik.
That's really good.
She has this, but it should jam.
She'll have this again.
Yeah, so we probably just guard it.
Yeah.
I don't think we do the, yeah.
Like we could hurt ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay, just guard.
Here.
Sorry.
It's going to curl out here, though, because it's going to do the same thing mine did. More. Dang.
So ideally, they are talking about if you can put a stone in there, you eliminate the risk of a really big score. The problem is if you play that and you happen to tap this a little bit, you might cue up something that yellow stone goes. So they've elected to throw the guard and protect that side, feeling that it's hard the way those 2 reds are set up to get to the yellow. They're going to leave the outturn side open
Yeah, you got it.
for Selena's final.
Made a beautiful draw with her first. And now her final stone here for Kayla in 4.
3, 4. Just the one. Just the one. Whoa. Whoa. Over and off. Okay, over and off. Over and off. Just a 1. 1, 2.
Really got to just stop curling is our issue. Yeah.
Okay, good.
17. Sorry, I should have had you hit it.
Sorry. Good.
The should have had you hit it means jump on it earlier before it has a chance to curl. Keep it out there. But I think it did its job.
Just like hit it.
So it's a lonely yellow in there, but how do you get it out?
I think that might be easier. Okay. Probably looking for 7/8 high.
Yeah, just.
I think this should curl.
Okay.
It'll stay straight and then curl.
Okay.
I mean, if you can get by, keep your shooter. You got a chance
7/8
at
high.
4, but it's so tough to get it by that redstone top 4.
Forward.
It is, but it's pretty much all she's got. Can't hurt herself if she can get the finish.
We'll make this, and it's one of the best shots we've seen all week. This would be special and a chance to break the game open. There you see not a lot of room. You got to just skimmy the yellow and then avoid the red and get enough of that yellow off the hearts to try score here big. Final stone in 4.
Good board. Full. Curl. Bump. Curl.
Desiree Haas trying to carve it over. And not to be. So that draw from Kayla Skrlik, it was right on the money, beautiful under pressure, and ensures the steal of 1 and a 2-1 game here after 4. Monday morning here in Thunder Bay. Glad you're watching our Scotties coverage. Brian Mudrick, Kathy Gauthier with you, and a 2-1 lead. It's the Battle of Alberta. Skrlik versus Sturmay. And that draw, Kathy, that was big-time clutch stuff. You want to win at the Scotties, you want to be at the big show, you got to make those types of shots, and Kayla did just that.
Great sweep.
Well, and we see skips make those kinds of shots, but when you make it,
I don't mind that at all.
when you have your back against the wall, that your team has struggled all end, that the previous end you tried to draw and you were well short, it is the timing of making those do-or-die shots that really separate the superstars from the just really good players.
We showed that sting, as we call it in TV, of the points bet in Calgary. And yeah, you lose to Rachel Holm, but you know what? That's who you got to play.
Yeah,
you got to
absolutely.
go up against those top teams to figure out what you're made of, to learn from those losses, and to figure out what it takes to get it done when you get a chance down the line.
Good. 4-1.
That's what's fun for us too, Kathy, is you watch a lot of these young players through junior and come up and see how they grow, right? See how they grow and how they handle, you know, the big stage and the tough situations.
Normal? Okay.
You got it.
Well, and for the rest of Team Skrlik, you have to feel that in the break they would have been thanking Kayla for bailing them out and promising to be better. In this end, you don't want to have to leave her that all the time. And that was one of the keys, is to give her a path. She had a
She's
path.
sliding very tight.
And there you go.
Good sweep.
Okay.
Oh, if I would have been on that
9.
second earlier.
And I
So
think
Ashton's numbers, sorry, Muddy, have been low. We just heard the comment that she's sliding tight. So Ashton's not sure, is it her wrist? And sometimes it's the
curled
line of
so much.
delivery. So watch when she comes out. So she's right on the
way
center
more than
line, and the
normal.
broom is way out in the wings. Now, you don't want to be sliding towards what used to be a bench, but you have to line your body up, because otherwise she's letting go where she's coming out, and that's already way inside.
Okay. You have hair left.
And it's good too, you can see the team communicated that to the player, because how many times do you hear the frustration, oh, well, they did this or they did that, but then you got to go let them know what's up, right?
If you don't know, you can't improve what you're doing.
Yep. Top 12. Yep. Top 8. Yep. Line straight. Line. Hard line. Top 8. Whoa. Weight's good. Yep. Hard. 2 hip. No bump. Yep. No bump. Whoa.
And locked right in there. And
4-6.
line free now, Team Sturmay.
4-6. Okay. Good sweep, Danielle. Got it.
Well, a really good chance here for Ashton. She can get rid of at least 2.
Yep. Clean. Margot. Clean.
Big weight, Ashton Skrlik, and she gets them moving. One goes and repositions those stones.
Yeah, that's not bad. Wow.
We continue to keep you up to date. This time the update, Nunavut and Prince Edward Island.
Well, that red stone that you see on the button, that belongs to Nunavut. Chance for 2. With Julia Weigel throwing the final stone for this team. She is the import, living in Ottawa.
Allison, you gotta go.
And pretty cool to
Yes,
get to
Allison,
see
you gotta
and
slow it down
compete
hard.
against your sister
Yes.
in the same event. And Lisa Weigel.
Okay, whoa.
Needs to stop in the 4-foot.
And will slide too
Just that
far.
little bit.
So,
Just the single.
and a 2-point lead for Prince Edward Island. Guard goes up in our feature.
Do you want to chase this way?
Well, for Team Sturmay, they know that if they don't protect that, they could have gone to the other side, but that's got double written all over it.
Okay, then this.
Like, I'd rather chase through the hole.
Or the run.
I like the run.
In
Roll to center. You got it.
Heel. Yep.
Margot Fleming trying to run it back.
Hard. Watch the roll. Watch roll. Big shot, Margot.
Bang, red back, and she'll clip one out. And shot stone still
Go to that side.
belongs to Sturmay.
Good to you, Margot. Great.
Well, she got rid of one and also rolled her shooter closer to the center, which not only creates a bit of a center guard, but it also opened up the back stone.
Okay, looks like it's
Yeah, I did.
less than the swing game.
I still feel very through with it to hold it there nice.
Okay.
Honestly,
Not so much back.
Similar to the wing?
Similar. We shot that the whole way, so.
You are.
This team is really good at communicating. Listen to them all the way down.
Line's good.
Got a hair light.
Top 8. Fighting top 4. Running a bit.
Running on
Top 4. Running a bit.
Top 4.
Curl. Have to curl. No, line's good.
Top 4.
Curl. 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 Whoa. No. Whoa.
And Kathy, to your point, did not stop
4-6.
talking the entire way down the ice.
No, and it's absolutely critical. You can say top 4 and change your mind.
4-6. So
Mine went a little deeper though, I thought.
we swept yours the whole way.
That's true.
That
Right.
one we kind of played with a bit more.
That's true.
So similar.
And this is great. But this is great. It's not only talking all the way
just a little
down, but
lifty at
those
the
two
end,
talk
and
all
might
the
be a
way
bit
back
sticky
as
out here
well,
for
making
more.
sure that they share as much
got it.
information all the time.
Board down.
Yeah, hard.
Yep.
Hard.
Yep.
Hard. Hard to not hit the guard. Hard to not hit the guard. You're holding it, Jerry. You're holding it, Jerry.
Wow, that was scrubbed the whole way to try
Very sweet,
hold that
buddy.
shooter.
That's
It'll
sweet.
spill out, but good effort just to get the piece.
Can't string two positive throws together.
What was that kill?
Good sweet.
11-1. It was good.
It's a bit risky to throw a board there, I think. I think we need the same speed as yours to the wing, because this is the furthest anyone has been.
Like 3 feet.
Okay.
Do you like that? 3 feet more? 4 feet?
4 even?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or some good rotation.
And nice and through. Yeah. You got her.
Well, you heard the frustration from Kayla. We just can't string two consecutive shots together. And in that rollout, again, creates an opportunity for Team Sturmay to put a lot more pressure on the Skrlik team for Danielle trying to get around.
Schmiemann, the Canadian junior and world champ back in 2015.
Back 12.
12-9. That's fine.
And an unforced error there.
What was it?
12-9.
That's 2 ends in a row, deep and through for Danielle.
Yeah. Like, I don't really want to roll out. If we do roll out,
When we
just,
talk
like,
about
cut it.
big time shots, Kathy, the key shot brought to you by BKT Tires, growing together.
And this team was in trouble the entire end from the get-go. They tried running guards, they stuck them, they weren't able to make a hit and roll. And so now it's desperate times, and you get one chance to make this kind of shot. Great brushing, great line call by Jerry Lynn, and a wonderful touch shot by Kayla Skrlik. Amazing. Would lead to a steal.
You know, he said you can't string two shots together. Well, she has. I mean, you look at her numbers. She is carrying her team.
Yep. Whoa. 10-5. Yep. Whoa. Clean. Whoa. 10-5. Yes. Whoa.
Sorry, just really close to that yellow.
Nose hit, and now it's
Good. You said
Kayla
well with
Skrlik's
such
team line to
confidence.
2.
Good shot.
But a chance to
Why'd
loop
she catch
around
on
here.
that?
Rocks to work with.
Nice. I thought he was so very close to that yellow to get nose. I was like,
know.
"Yee."
We have to play close to the yellow, otherwise it's rolling.
I think I was seeing low 4. Yeah, I like that. Rather be deep and have her draw to me than her play a tap. Okay. So ideally 2-liner back. No, I think if line's good, you can take it top 4. Okay. But I just don't want to be high.
You could, for sure, play a hit on the stones that you can see in the house, but you're probably not going to get both. You're only going to get one, and your shooter's going to be above it. And so Selena is a gutsy player, and if she's going to score 2, she knows she needs to make a good one on this first one.
Can't see.
Like the call.
Where are you?
Where are we, Des?
Top 8!
Tapley and Haas right away. We're on this one.
Top 4! Stay line's good now. Right
Top
here.
4.
By the guard, no problem.
Right here, fighting
You heard their weight call. They like it. And they should like it. It is a beauty. So the skips now back-to-back ends. Some lovely draws.
14-4.
The slash run back is there, but that's a great draw.
It is. She's gone way out to the wings to make that shot. Lots of finish when she got by that
like
guard.
that?
Look where that guard is. Look where the stone stopped. Big finish.
As they line it up, back to McCarville Brown on sheet A.
Well, a chance for 3 for Krista McCarville. First really big opportunity for points. Corinne Brown facing the 3, tried to hit and roll underneath, but stuck it right there. It is second shot. So for Krista, you need to score some points. You're down 3, looking for the nose hit.
Trying to get the crowd into it on this Monday morning inside Fort William Gardens. Kendra Lilly working it hard, trying to get it to curl up, and the jam, did they get away with it? And they did. There you go. 3 on the board for Krista McCarville.
Watching the slash.
Oh, just over the top, but can they punch it enough? And they cannot. Shot stoned. Still belongs to Sturmay.
The intern.
So again,
Sorry,
the skippers
nobody
deuce
could
here,
hear you.
Kathy, and kudos to both skips. I mean, getting it done when they need to, and a great chance to score 2.
My God, I had it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Speed for Challenger?
Yeah, I think so.
Need to nibble the 4?
Might feel a foot hit. No, should feel the same.
Just had to move it a couple more inches, and the shot was made.
Yeah, she had it. A really good shot on her first, and now a chance to capitalize and get the first deuce in this game. Bite the 4.
Final stone, in-turn draw here, Selena Sturmay.
Line's good. Should run good. Close. Very now. Okay, you can wait. Stay close though. Close. Back 4. Okay. There it goes. Curling now. Line's green.
Wow, what a shot. Doesn't matter which path. Made him with both. Right to the hearts. She's got her draw weight. Good call, good throw. Selena Sturmay in this Battle of Alberta
It's very easy to
has the lead by 1.
help me. Good throw.
10:30 a.m. local time here, sunny Thunder Bay in Alberta right now. Just 8:30 a.m. Good morning. Glad you're watching our Battle of Alberta from wherever you are. And some nice shots made, some good draws as well from both skips, and the recent one coming from Selena Sturmay. Really good job to grade the skippers too.
You see Coach Ted Appelman talking to them about this game, and it has been the story of some wonderful draws. Sturmay drew against 5. Boy, that could have been the end, but it wasn't. And then that wonderful shot by Kayla Skrlik that led to the steal. But that deuce, that could be the difference in this game, because so far teams both forcing each other to 1. The numbers, we talked about consistency for skips. For Kayla Skrlik, the numbers are better. For Selena Sturmay, she's on the rise with a shot like she just made.
After 5, brought to you by PointsBet, official sportsbook and casino partner of Curling Canada. As Team Kayla Skrlik looks on, Coach Shannon Kleibrink Some nice shots thus far. Fueling up for the 5. What's next on TSN?
The 2025 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Cashmere Bathroom Tissue. Nothing feels like cashmere. By New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada. By Montana's Barbecue and Bar, proudly Canada's home for barbecue since 1995. And by PointsBet, the official sports gaming partner of Curling Canada.
It's a little easier not having that target on our backs. And we have only 50% of our actual team, so we're just gonna keep it light and just go out there and have fun and embrace the moment.
Even though they have like players on the team, it feels like just with their experience, they're gonna just come together strong this week. So we're gonna have to just play our best and make some key shots.
And that's the feature coming up. It's a good one. Quebec, Laurie St. George and Carrie Anderson at 2 Eastern Time. Vic Rauter, Russ Howard, Kathy Gauthier, Joanne Courtney have you covered as our coverage continues right here on TSN with Draw 8. So Anderson, undefeated. Holman, undefeated. Top 3 will qualify. Kathy, what stands out to you so far?
Well, it's just so flat up the middle, and the team's ability to rebound after a loss is so critical. So for Team Quebec and Laurie St. George, it will be so important to come out strong against that Carrie Anderson team. And Carrie, I don't know about not having a target on your back. We all know who you are and what you've done.
Carly Burgess in addition to that team, and we talked about Chelsea Carey's team obviously folding, so that allowed Selena Sturmay to qualify based on the point system from 23-24, the Canadian team ranking system, as it's called. And a good battle here. Battle of Alberta underway here in the 6th end. It is 3-2. Sturmay leads, and it's Skrlik with the hammer here in 6th, throwing the yellow rocks.
10-3, good. Just ran straighter than I thought, to be honest. Yeah. Hey, nice bump. You got it.
Well, you saw and heard a little bit of Ted Appleman talking to Team Skrlik just about execution at the 5th end. Shannon Kleibrink,
11-5.
the other coach, lots of experience from the benches of these teams today.
Good. Good enough. 11-7. It felt quite nice. My weight was good. Felt really easy. Okay. You got it, Ash.
Well, that stone is too close to just leave it, but an opportunity to not only remove it, but also pull in behind for Ashton.
Whoa! Yes! 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 Hard! 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 Watch the roll! No roll, no roll, no roll.
That's pretty crafty. Little hit, little roll. Good brushing as well. They were on it. Pokes out the other side.
I got 10-7. Wow, really? What, 7? 10-7? Wow.
I think she's just getting soft and then like coming down a bit.
Like maybe it's long.
It's hard to figure out your mechanics in the middle of a game, and as a teammate, you want to give enough information to the player that may not be getting the results that they want to help them be better, but you also don't want them to be thinking about so many things that they can't just throw the rock.
Yep.
Desiree will drive that by and shoot her 6 around.
Soft or straight throw? Soft. There's something under this rock.
Oh no.
So when they refer to soft, they're talking about her release. So she's coming out and she's throwing it at the broom.
They threw this a few times. 14-5 was T.
Yeah, they did. It'll be
It's
okay. Similar to that then? You got it.
When you throw it soft, you almost let the rock come out of your hand instead of actually having a crisp release. So it will start to move right away. So looking her to actually finish the throw like that.
We're all there. Okay. Catch some curl, maybe knife. Yeah,
Yeah, get it into.
And when you throw with that
Get it
crisp
into-
release,
get
it
out
will
of the-
run for a while before it will make
3-1.
its move.
I just said it's okay if you're light too. Sorry.
But here's an
3-1.
example of what happens sometimes when you're thinking mechanics and not weight, and the frustration continues.
Just curls a little bit.
It's kind of what we talked about, though, Kathy. It's a tough morning, right? It's not going your way, but find a way. Again, and that's the key. Find a way. It's not your best stuff. It's a one-point game, and you're right in this thing, right?
And to equate it to your example, when we were talking about, you know, hockey and consistency, and you may not be great in the first period. In this case, okay, so it wasn't good for Ashton there. This is the 6th end. In the 7th, you've got a chance to make 2 good throws, make them.
So I think whoever created curling, it was smart. You get 2 rocks, right? You get to throw twice, not just once at an end. So there you go.
Room.
Get her down, do you think? Or pretty good?
Room.
Little
It's
down.
good. Knife.
Nice. Little down.
Knife. Knife.
10-5.
Knife. Hard. Okay.
Just slid a shade wide. Let's see. 10-1. That's not bad. 10-1. 10-1.
10-1.
That's good.
Okay, you got her.
Or like baby back 8, right?
Update time again, and Nancy Martin off to a nice start here. A 4-1 advantage over New Brunswick, and Adams here over on sheet B.
Well, for Nancy, a chance to get multiple points in this end. Trying to tap back a stone. You saw that little bit of a back release as she let go. Trying to make it curl, Kadriana is.
Close, yeah. You're good. Curl, still curl.
Just
still
by the
curl.
guard.
Carry it, though, carry it.
Here comes
Okay,
the
go,
yellow.
Shane, go,
There's
go,
your
go,
tap.
Go.
And no, just shy. Man, that dug.
Could have been for 4, I think. Believe it's just the single.
Yep. So 5-1 though.
Close.
As in our feature, Margot Fleming delivers.
Clean. Curl.
11 big.
Curl.
Okay, that's good. That might have been up, sorry. Sorry, a bit up, maybe. I didn't get it.
And a happy birthday to Nancy Martin. Always special to enjoy that. Doing something you love, competing at the Scotties, and people that you love watching. Daughter Chelsea, and how about granddaughter Scotty? You can't make that up at the Scotties. So young Scotty is cheering on proudly.
Well, that was great. Nancy Martin looked up, and when her granddaughter appeared on TV, she waved her broom over the head. I think her team was wondering what she was calling for.
And Scotty is awesome. We got to see her last night at the hotel, and there's a fake little curling sheet set up. That's a great reaction from
proud grandma.
And little Scotty was tossing rocks and having a blast. She had no interest in dinner when there was curling to play. So what do they say about the
champions start small?
Well, yeah, that works too. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree is where I was going to go, but they both work for sure.
Whoa, we're just rolling it here.
It's good.
Just catches a piece of the paint. And so Kayla has to deal with it.
Good throw, Selena.
I got 10-12.
I think yours is right. You like roll big. And blank. Hit. Control.
That's just an option.
Yeah, control.
You have a couple of options here. I really like what they're calling. You can hit and roll underneath that guard and be protected, but then what you might force your opponent into, if they can't reach it, is to loop around, and now you're forced to 1.
We'll roll big.
In removing it, if you roll to the far side of the house, it will be wide open, but you too should have a wide open shot to blank.
What, wait? Control. Okay, you got it. It's good. Control up.
Control. Really close.
Clean.
Curl.
Control up.
Curl. Any roll.
Margot Fleming trying to carve it over. And that little flip into the rings.
Nice. Nice shot. Nice shot. Good
Hoping to
throw.
roll further.
Oh, that's not. 10-1. 10. Just a little bit.
Roll. I don't know.
I don't know.
Margot was there for you.
Yeah, thank goodness. I'm like, please,
Oh my
as
God.
far as we can take it.
Please just
We're trying to knife the whole way. Okay, hopefully this is an under.
And that was a good reset. What you didn't see at home was in the hack. She wasn't quite right, so she stood back up, reset herself, and now delivers. Selena Sturmay.
Yes.
Such a smart thing to do.
10-5. 10. Yes. We're a good big. Go.
Do you care about a roll here, Kathy?
Oh, you sure do.
You do? Okay,
Trying
let's
to
see
roll
it.
under that guard.
There's the hit. There's the roll. Not quite enough, so it'll be a pretty
Screaming, yes.
routine blank.
Sorry, Paige.
No, it's okay.
Sorry, I thought that would curl more. Heel? Pardon?
Heel.
Yeah. Oh my God, I thought you said control.
All right. Should stay with it.
Yeah, for
it
sure.
should curl up. So.
Okay. You got it, Kayla. Let's do it.
And a 3-2 game. Final still winning
Heel down.
6. Kayla Skrlik
Clean.
looking
Heel
for the
down.
blank.
Clean. Whoa. Heel. Ash. Curl. Sort of fine.
Oh my God, it's really falling off. Good. Thought it might.
Perfect. A nice blank on the board and a well-played game. 3-2. The lead belongs to Sturmay. That is a postcard shot. Over 100,000 people call Thunder Bay home on the shores of Lake Superior. It's known for the home to the Sleeping Giant Provincial Park and also Terry Fox. The Terry Fox Memorial and Lookout on the outskirts of the city near the place where he was forced to abandon his run. A Canadian icon and legend. And Kathy, as a cancer survivor myself, what a hero to so many. And a special place for sure and a special monument.
Beautiful.
And a big part of Thunder Bay. So much to do in these parts as well. I'd love to visit the Sleeping Giant Provincial Park. It might be a little cold right now, but maybe come back in the summertime and check it out.
Well, I have a view of the Sleeping Giant every morning as I wake up. He's still sleeping.
Yes.
I'm not.
Well, we're wide awake. It's the morning show, and here we are, a blank in 6. So here in 7 in a 3-2 game, and a close one for these Alberta rivals. Skrlik out of the Garrison Curling Club in Calgary, and Sturmay out of the Saville Community Sports Center in Edmonton.
Giving a hair lives and screening up.
And both of these teams have missed some opportunities and made some very good shots. You feel like there's going to be an end that one of the two teams will put it all together.
All there.
And that will be the difference. Right now, the difference that leaps out is the 2 scored by Selena Sturmay.
Yep.
Coming down, top board.
And set up with 2 great draws from her.
Top 4. Street.
You know, it's interesting. Both skips have really answered the call when they needed a big draw.
Go.
Top 8.
Keep going. That's good. That's good.
And it looks like game on here in 7. A lot of rocks in play.
Keep. Control. Keep. And roll.
Okay.
Not just about the peel, really looking to remove the stone, but roll to a corner, create something that the Skrlik team can get behind.
Tear down. Whoa. 10-5. Close. Yep. 10-5. Whoa.
Really
Close.
rotate. Lot of rotation.
Clean.
Lot of rotation.
Clean.
No roll.
Yep. Whoa. Nice shot.
Good
Well
shot.
done.
Good.
That's good. 10-2. Nice shot.
It is Skrlik. Shot
Still
still
down,
with
hey?
hammer. That yellow one back hearts.
Halfway.
A little bit early.
A little tight.
Close.
Line's fine. Line's fine.
Half tight. Early, yeah, you got to stay on it. We're tight. Half tight. Halfway. Over and off. Over and off. Whoa. Halfway.
Higher side of half.
Whoa. Just more careful with that one. 7-3.
Okay, that's fine.
Just over curled that little bit that allows Team Skrlik to make a play on those stones.
It's been a close game between Northern Ontario McCarville and Corinne Brown, BC.
It's hard to tell. On their final stone, Krista McCarville hit and stuck. That is the shot stone. It's hard to tell who is second. So I believe that Corinne is trying to play the double on the 2 red stones to make sure that it's 2 for BC.
Corinne scored a single and then stole 2 singles. 3 for McCarville as she answered, and 1 for sure. Yeah, that one, definitely the counter. And it's those 2 around the 8-foot.
Ashton gets by, removes that one, trying to get that stone behind the corner. She just threw.
Oh, it's us for sure.
And will not.
Different angles look different. I don't know. I'm not sure.
So 1 for sure. I think Corinne thinks
I thought it was us, and then
it's
back
2,
here, I was
but
like, maybe it's them. I don't know.
we will measure. Andrea Kelly having a look.
From back here, it looks like.
Remember the last time it was here, Andrea
I think it's us.
was skipping New Brunswick, and
She
she
was.
had a heck of a. You were here, Kathy.
I sure
I wasn't
was.
at that one, but what an event she had.
It was a very special time for her. Played wonderfully. But you hear BC saying, I think it's us by a mile. And I'm surprised we don't see more measures in curling. You don't only get 2 flags that you can throw. You can measure as much as you feel like it's close. And I think sometimes we see people go back and forth, measure.
I think it's straight.
Yeah.
Like Andrea's one back
In our
four,
feature,
back eight-ish.
Danielle Schmiemann.
I know.
Yeah, it looks very yellow.
Oh yeah.
And Danielle, little hit and roll, and now it's shot stone belonging to Sturmay.
Okay, my eyes are better.
And it is 2 for BC. So after the measure, Corinne Brown, a smile on her face. Jim Cotter, little smirk from him as well. And hey, they got the lead by 2.
Just 13. Okay. Okay.
We need more than that.
Yeah. Wait. What? Wait. What? Wait. Sorry. 13.
13.
12-5.
Just through.
Wait. Okay. Okay.
You got it. Good release here.
I think this would be a great time for Margot to go down. She does not agree with the weight. I think that you can tell she would like to get to the nose, maybe pop the 2 reds. 13 is just to move things around. That's not going to move a lot. And you could hear her discomfort. You could hear her say, well, you have the time, go down, discuss it, understand Kayla's thinking, and then you can throw with more confidence.
Ashton. Ashton. Ash. Hard.
Little kiss off her own yellow.
Okay, that's not bad.
Not bad.
11-2.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Update a look at the score. So BC, we saw the update leading by 2. Nancy Martin on her birthday has a 3-point edge. And PEI pulling away from Nunavut, a 6-2 score over there as it's Veronica Main throws the 4th stone, Jane DiCarlo the skip.
You got her.
One of her slower throws.
I thought they close. T. Curl up your T.
Go ahead, Jess.
T. Curl.
Hard.
T. Hard, Des. Get it there.
Top
hard.
4.
Keep going. You're
Top
close.
Desiree Haas, a good scrub here, carving the whole way. Little tap.
4-1.
And it is shot stone Sturmay.
Good. Good sweep. That's good. I just used all of it. Yeah. Time to hair fast, but definitely came down when Des curled it. Like, I thought I was there. Yeah, that was one of you.
Well, now you need some weight. With that stone that is so close to each other, your own stone that's behind it is in your way. Need to rattle these around.
Clean.
Whoa.
Clean.
Whoa. Control.
Clean.
It'll come up. It'll come up. It'll come up.
Clean. Just clean. Right to it. Jer.
It's too late.
Okay.
So sorry.
That's good.
Okay.
Good.
Where do we have to hit this? Drag it.
So down to skip stones here in 7. You see that pocket's available.
I want to take off the 5 with the in. That's fair. I think we can afford to bump it without as well. Yeah, that's true. I feel like last end I threw that one closer to here.
I would say you were probably middle when you let go. Yeah, and we got, yeah.
And you got to feel confident for Selena, Kathy. Both sides of the ice, she threw wonderful draw weight. Like,
So she's got the
path, right?
You bet. And I loved how gentle Danielle was with her when she was putting the broom down. She said, you know, when by the time you let go, you were actually here. That's not, well, you were a little bit wide. It's just, let's be honest, this is what you took, and therefore this is what you need. And Selena said, no problem, we'll move it. That's the kind of communication that is positive, that is honest.
Like top button's really good.
Because at the end of the day, you just want results.
Like a 4-5 still? Yeah. Thought there.
Good. Back 4. Okay.
It's interesting, too. You talk about this front end, Kathy, and their communication. They don't use the stopwatches. You don't see them getting the split time there.
Straight. Still back 4. Straight. T. Straight. Back 4.
Trying to get right into the middle.
Back button. Curl.
Really good.
Little tap, and a lot of stones there around those Scotties' hearts. Shot stone does belong to Sturmay.
Good shot, Selena.
Well judged, well thrown.
It's like this has to be more.
Try to stick around. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Try to stick around. It's just off nose. Okay. Nose
Just
is
off
not
nose,
bad.
you're still going to leave some red in the mix. And I go back to the shot where Margot Fleming didn't like the weight choice. She wanted to move Granite out. And I feel like that would have been a really good time to go down and have a discussion.
Maybe a shade less, Jer. Less.
I like what weight?
Heel.
Okay, got it.
Sometimes when you have an alternative player holding the broom in the house, so Jerry Lynn throws lead, but is the vice skip. And sometimes what it does is it takes the dialogue out of the way of Margot and Kayla. Margot the third. And I feel like that's what happened this end.
Kayla Skrlik, big weight, bang, and the red moves. And now she has shot stone, side hearts.
Good.
That's pretty good, Kayla.
Yeah.
All right.
Such a good delivery, Kathy. I mean, big
Solid
weight, she comes
mechanics.
out and just, exactly, looks, no movement, just right at the broom.
Like with it.
We're just touch this a hair so that if she plays
She plays
that,
that, it's not
this
going
is
anywhere.
shot. Yeah.
Okay.
Like honestly, even just nuzzling into here plays.
Yeah,
as
like
well.
she can probably, if she knows is this, like it'd be nice to move this a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, I agree.
As long as you are in this area, any attempt by Kayla to remove the stone will just jam on her own. So this isn't about hitting or removing anything. It's just tapping. For Selena, Sturmay just wants to keep those stones all clustered in that area. So you tap it a little bit in between the two yellows. And so it's pretty hard to score more than
I
one.
think I want to be close to tee back 4 out of my hands. Okay, we're trying to just tap up to it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think a really similar throw. Okay.
Looking for similar weight. It'll be up to the brushers.
T. Has to curl a lot. Go, Des. Curl. Back four. Close line. Back four. Curl.
Hard, Des.
Back four. Curl.
Hard, Des.
Close. Curl.
Keep going. Keep going.
Des is making this move. You can see that it's starting to really finish.
Trying to tap it up enough, just enough. Shot Stone, and it is close. I think they got it.
I think you're right.
Just.
Keeping her warm.
Great carving by Des. That is all about that downward stroke, forcing that stone as the weight comes off and as it hits the break point to go sideways. Well done.
I don't think I have the blast.
No, I mean like our other yellow or side yellow. Do you think we ever get
It's just this for one. Right?
Okay. Control.
Can't clip your own.
Here? 10-5, yeah. Okay. Anywhere high side.
This
right?
isn't bad.
You got it.
And mission
We just gotta
accomplished
punch
for
it a
Selena
little bit.
Sturmay. You can see that any play on the Yellowstone by the center line onto the red goes right back on your own. So they took away the in turn, leaving just the out turn. So red onto red, do not want to move your Yellowstone at all.
I'm just trying to, yeah, just slash it for one.
Control 10-5. Okay. You got it.
You got it.
In a 3-2 game. Final stone here in 7.
10-5. Clean.
We're down.
Right now, a
Clean.
stolen
10-5,
point for
clean.
Selena Sturmay.
10-5, 11. Curl. 10-5, 11. 11. Curl. Curl.
Trying to jam it back, and she will. Wow, how much precision is that?
Love the weight choice.
Just
Didn't
snuck it.
fling it.
Yeah. 3-3 tie. Precision shot. Welcome back to Thunder Bay, Scotties Tournament of Hearts, right here on TSN. Close game, Battle of Alberta in a 3-3 tie. As the hammer goes back to Selena Sturmay here in 8, as she throws the red rocks.
Both skips very impressive.
4-3. Curl.
In their draw weight, their precision.
Curl. 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 Curl.
4-3. That was a 4. Yeah. With a nice release. And a nice release.
T-line. Hi. PR page. Force.
Pretty close numbers there. You have to, is it beat your opponent by 5%, Kathy? You get the plus,
To
correct?
get the plus,
Yeah.
because that's when you typically start to see it. Both of those leads playing very well. One of the keys was for Paige to have a good game. Yesterday, 65% has rebounded, and that is the mark of a very good player. You park the past, and you create a really positive impact on the game that you're playing.
We're there. Yep. Line only. Yep. Keep going.
4-5.
So again, here back-to-back ends. A lot of the play around the hearts,
Nice
around
now,
the
third one
forefoot.
down.
Okay, I like it. Got it.
Line's tight. All you guys.
For 35.
Line's good. Line's good. Where? Really close. Hey. Room. It's gotta curl. Top gotta go. Yep. Jerry's
hard,
rock.
hard,
We can. Hard. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Keep it hard. Keep going. 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 Good sweep.
Good. 4-8.
Nice, Ashton.
Good judge.
There's not as much to add as I wanted, I guess.
Yeah.
32 was exactly what
Okay,
I
I
thought.
got a 45.
Well, there's the big difference
So I was like,
I thought if she,
in this game. We talked
Great
about that
sweep.
coming in. Ashton was a -3
Sorry,
in
I
her
don't know
3
why I'm getting
previous
scared to add
games.
on
If
those.
this continues, it would be another minus for her. Des winning the battle.
Normal. Yep. 9-8. Whoa. Yes. Yep. 9-8. Yes.
Desiree Haas trying to run back her red.
Whoa, whoa, big roll, big roll.
Clips the one yellow.
Well, the goal of that shot was to remove that center guard altogether and roll to a corner. And the biggest problem that Des did is left that center guard there. Something for Team Skrlik to use.
Should be there.
Top four. Hey, room. Top four. Knife. Knife. Looks all there.
Yeah, we're a bit heavy.
Yeah, knife, knife, knife. Knife, knife, knife.
That rock, I think,
We're just
is
hitting
so
the wrong
different
side
from
of the
other
tolerance
ones.
here. Knife, knife, knife. Keep going.
We're
keep
still
knifing.
back.
Keep not. Okay.
3-8.
It's
Oh,
me.
you're being close.
Okay.
Yeah,
I should have told her that she could have been heavy, light. Just like the both, the double. All right,
Cut
so
that.
one. 4-3.
Oh, slid way good.
Yeah.
Jerry slid good too. Like, it's pretty good here.
Okay, give it to you guys. Hopefully it's not bad.
Well, you heard that conversation. I told her, I could have told her she needed to be light, and at some point you can do that as a reinforcement, but as a player in the game and understanding that you're trying to steal, the player knows that.
Here you talk about it all the time, Kathy, yourself, Russ, the pro miss, right? Like if you're gonna...
No question, you know, here's where I want to be, here's what the call is, but my margin of tolerance is to be what?
That was really weird.
I liked it out of your hand. We just judged it poorly.
Okay.
What'd she say?
Top four.
I don't know. It should curl.
Yeah.
Good call.
What do you guys think?
I know.
We might be a bit heavier out here in the weeds.
And it curls a bit harder.
And it curls harder.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think we're at 14.
So after a timeout, Kathy, McCarville Brown, one to come from Krista. They were looking at the stone on the right side of your screen to maybe run that in, and now they've elected to change that strategy and play something different here.
Well, I think the timeout looked at different options. It is one for sure for BC. It is really difficult to know whether it's two, and trailing by two, Kristen needs to score, trying to get as much as she can of a stone in the 12-foot to run it across the top of the shot stone and make it go away.
Big weight from McCarville, and she'll run it through everything. So we know that Brown definitely has one, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It's that second shot. Who's second shot rock? And man, that looks close. I think it's McCarville.
Oh, it's two.
Oh, wow. They say two right away. What do I know?
Well, do I answer that?
Oh, boy. Debatable. Well, I know
Ouch.
this. It has been just a heartbreaking start for Krista McCarville. You know, sometimes you wonder, Kathy, you want something so badly.
Yep.
You know, you're in your hometown, you're on the posters with Rachel, and, you know, all that expectation. So it's tough to see such a good group, a great team, and just not to be thus far.
Down. I'll give you the same broom.
Is that the same ice?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Kayla trying to get on top, not only to maybe promote it later, but also if she can stay on top of that Sturmay stone
Probably
with
a
a
hair
double
higher.
stack,
Top eight, I
really
think so.
difficult for Selena to score two. Wouldn't mind forcing. Love to steal, but if you can't, if you can force your opponent, that's a bit of a win.
So that's quite a bit off. Line's good.
Wait,
Good
close.
ass. Top eight, top four. Top four. Careful. Line's good.
Seems really close.
Careful. Careful. Line's good. Yep. Whoa.
Little bump.
Little bump. Yep. T-line. Yep. T. Yep. 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 Yep.
Great scrub by the red. There's the tap. Move it enough, and it is
Great shot, Margot.
3-8.
Nope.
very close.
Really nice.
Lots of rocks to
Really
come.
just like not coming off after the hog at all.
What was that?
3-8. What you up for kick, Ash?
Really great shot, Margot.
Well, a
Great
plus to
shot.
Danielle Schmiemann, but very close. It's the draws that have been a problem for Danielle. Remember, twice she had the opportunity to lie too and just went heavy both times. That's why her numbers for draws are low.
Can this ever drag enough and miss the red, or is it on that red all day long?
Well, it may be on the red, but the red's going to go back on the yellow behind it, so it could actually work out really, really well.
Yep. Whoa.
Danielle Schmiemann, big weight, big rotation, jab it back.
I hit this guard, just like.
So you see Paige admitting, yeah, a little kick, so you can just put it back to where you thought it was. And after that, it is Skrlik shot still in that yellow. Top hearts.
Just catches the top.
Our parts. We have to get really close to nose. Like problems. Nuts.
Yeah.
It's because this is coming back. Do we ever try and like?
We could come like right here.
Like out turn. What? To try and remove this, like an out turn.
It's jamming, but we can. I'd have to throw a rocket.
Just an option.
I don't think so.
So then this then is. Okay.
You want to throw that? Anywhere here?
What do you like for a guard here? It actually came up quite nice.
Talked about, Jerry Lynn asked if you could get through the hole and try to run that stone back.
Like this one,
maybe you could, but the risk is just not worth the reward, and it takes you out of your game plan for this end.
Player Comparisons brought to you by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada, as we look at the skips. And Skrlik, a nice game, especially look at all the hits, 95%.
The thing that really strikes me is that the hits are really, really high for both skips, but what's made the difference, in my opinion, in this game is the timing of some great draws. 2 by Zelina a couple of ends ago to score 2, and that brilliant draw against all sorts of trouble by Kayla.
I think we gotta go.
Okay.
Skip stones here on 8.
2-1.
Whoa. Okay, whoa.
2-1.
Whoa, for 2.
Whoa.
2. I don't know. 2-3. 2. Gonna be over here.
It's all about line at this point, not where it is for weight.
Sit. Okay, Kayla.
Really freaking
Just soft or tight, soft, yeah. Hi. Good weight.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's definitely faster there, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was I soft?
Sure.
Must have been.
A little tight, a little soft.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
Thinner and like I don't see this ever going over the top. We could try and go into this one too.
Yeah, I just don't think I have enough air to go into that.
Okay.
I'm seeing like 3/4 or even 7/8, and it should still go.
Yeah.
Over the 4 foot at least.
Okay.
You heard a little bit tight and a little bit soft, and so that guard is not at all impeding the path to shot stone.
Close. Yeah. Intern?
Yeah.
Okay. 3/4 low? Yeah. Okay. What speed, sorry? Heel. Okay.
So you hit it 3/4, you'll catch your red one on the way by, but if you do hit 3/4, it will go across the top of the red stone, push it onto the yellow one that is in the 8 foot, and you could lie too.
Close. Yep.
That big intern weight here, Selena Sturmay in 8. Through the port, yes, bang it, 1-2, yellows are spilling. The shooter, though, right over the top. And cleared out a lot of stones, but in the end, it's Skrlik lying the 2.
Just over curled that little bit. And with that weight, things were going to be flying.
And it's funny, a lot of times you will talk, you, Russ, and Joe will talk about weight control in certain weights. I think you had to throw that because there wasn't a lot of room between those 2 red stones.
No, agree. It's not the weight. It just over curled. I don't know whether she got it started a little bit or it just moved.
Okay. top 4. Top 8's not bad. We
Okay.
just have to get by the guards.
So a chance to apply some big-time pressure here.
She has the opportunity, already lying 2, but Kayla knows that those 2 aren't going to be good enough to challenge Selena necessarily. So trying to make this draw a really good top 4 foot
Top 8, gotta go.
based on line. Just needs to be buried in a good spot.
How are we looking?
Whoa, whoa,
Where?
oh, there, you guys. We're back 4. Back 4.
Carry it, Margot, carry it.
Keep it going. Go, 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 go.
It's interesting, Kathy. You know, you make it perfect. If that curls another, foot, your money. But you almost wonder, leave it short, biting the 12, take away the drop path, don't have a.
Conservative ice.
I mean, things that you could chat about
Well, I'm going back there.
to possibly have, as you say, the pro miss. Like, where do we leave this if it's not perfect?
Here are the reds. Okay, gotcha. That was barely it. Oh my God. This is 6 inches less ice than Kayla had. Okay.
And they were really looking at trying to bury it. It wasn't about weight all of a sudden. It was to try to hide that stone.
It is stiff out there. Yeah. Way that far, yeah. Yeah, way that far. Out in the yacht. I think I can straight adjust for my last one, hey? Yeah, I think this path will be really similar. Okay. Probably like a 3-5. Yeah. That's close to back line.
Is this the straight draw, Kathy, or is this more of a tap, come down to it?
She's playing down to it and tapping it a little bit.
Okay. In a 3-3 tie, final stone in 8.
Close. How heavy? We're heavy.
We're to the hacks almost.
Okay, close though. Straight, straight.
Obviously has the backing.
Clean. It's really coming off.
Good, clean.
Back 12.
Clean.
Need to move it enough. Need to ensure your shot stone.
Very nice.
And that is very nice weight, perfection. The tap and the single
13.5.
against 3.
What'd you say? 13.5. Don't like me lost.
In the Battle of Alberta, it is a 4-3 lead for Selena Sturmay. Glad you're with us on this holiday Monday, wherever you are across Canada. In our Battle of Alberta, our feature, a 4-3 game. It's been close the entire game. The only 2 that stands out was back in 5. That was Selena Sturmay, and that was the skip's deuce as she made a couple of nice shots. And a 4-3 advantage. I mean, it's hard to even feel, Kathy, right now who has momentum in this game.
It's a great question. I feel like both teams at different times in ends have. I don't see that there's one team that really does. The edge for sure right now goes to Sturmay because she is up, and statistically we know that if you're up in 9, even without, you have a higher percentage of winning. But I definitely feel it's gone a pivot back and forth.
Knife. Did you touch it? Oh my God. All right.
Wow, that's their second burnt rock.
And those are the kinds of mistakes you just can't make twice in one game. It happens, accidents, but those are wasted stones when you're trailing.
Where was your draw last time? Yeah, it was just tight. Yeah. Close. This path is good. Yeah, that's true.
Like her 4, what did we say that was? 4-3 is bad.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's quite good here.
14, sorry?
Yeah, you got her, Des.
Okay.
Line's good, Rose.
Follow through really good.
Close. Line's good.
It's all you.
Close line. T-line. Top 4. Yep, top 4. Room. Top 4.
Curl in distance. Even if you're back, you can bring it back. Got to curl. Line's good. Keep going. Keep
A
going.
tough
hard.
morning and event for Krista McCarville so far. 7-3, BC Corinne Brown leads.
And not surprised that there are lots of stones in play. For Krista, when you're down, you have to ignore stones and try to find ways to generate. They just haven't been able to do that. So this now is the forced draw for the single. Does need to get a bite of the button, a bite of the hearts to score.
Line's great. Yes, gotta go. Line's great. Hard. Hard line. Really hard.
Not a lot of room to maneuver. Has to put it on the hearts. It's close for line. Close for weight. Little rub and a roll. Got to get in there a bit more. And maybe.
I think maybe.
Yeah.
One more look from Andrea Kelly.
Well, great brushing by Ashley and Kendra. Just the speed of their brooms at the end, just no quit.
So they'll put a stick to it.
I think it's down. I think it's down.
It's really, I think maybe it was really close as far as the measure. I think we're just a little bit more on the red ring. Yeah.
Good scooping, guys.
It looks like red up there. But.
And you see all those 2-1 records. Brown at 2-1, Sturmay 2-1. It makes our game so critical. We talked about the head-to-head, which is a big tie-breaking factor in qualifying to be top 3 in your pool.
As she measures, Ashton's trying to tap the shot stone back.
And she says up right out of her hand. Ashton Skrlik, the intern. As the measurement continues on sheet A. Wow. So another steal, and that's 8 now for BC.
Get in. Yeah, same.
In the same, Sammy?
Yeah.
Let's go. Okay, so are we going top four? Okay. Do you, what? I think we just stay. This fucking ride. I want off this ride.
I want off this ride. This ride is a scary one.
And the frustration, Kathy, I mean, they are such a talented team. They've made finals. They've shown it for years. I think back to the Brier, not to pick on him, but I mean, Kevin Cooey's one of the best players and teams I've ever seen in my life. And last year, I think they got one win. I mean, it happens. It happens.
Definitely does.
Like this much? Yeah. Hit and roll. Try this. Yeah. You can also roll. We can roll. Look like 12-5. What? 12-5. It'd be like 12-5. Like 4. Okay, I don't think that'll get it out. Like 4? Okay. 12-5.
It's a long guard. The optics aren't great for Margot in the hack. You can't see very much of that stone, but you have to ignore the guard in your mind and just think about throwing at the target broom with the right weight, and then let the brushers bring that stone over and count on Kayla to have the broom in the right spot.
Clean. Clean. Close. Good. Clean. Air. Clean. Jer. 12-5. Clean. Clean. Jer.
I got it.
And enough to punch it through just.
Good shot.
And the shooter hangs around. Update again. Let's go to Saskatchewan and New Brunswick over on sheet B.
Well, Nancy made a run on her first, and it looked really good, except for when the dust cleared, there were still 2 yellow stones in play. And that is what is the current situation for Melissa Adams and New Brunswick. This is an opportunity for 3.
Look up.
Melissa Adams
Here and off.
with Crandall, Russell, and Lister
Curl a little.
out of New Brunswick.
You curl? You gotta go a little. No.
And that will stop for 3.
Okay.
So not done yet. Within 1 now of Saskatchewan after 8.
Sorry, I didn't see.
And that has been the story for Danielle today. I talked about her in the opening. She had made so many great shots. She can be such a pivot player. But for the 3rd time this game, when opportunity has arisen, she's gone through.
Okay. Hey, that was what? 13 something? 13-5, and it went through.
So we think this is nice now, eh?
Yeah. You got it.
Similar to the path I threw on last time?
I think we're shade. I think your second one, yeah. Sorry.
Seems close.
Kathy, you've played this game. You've lost. You've won at the highest level.
Hey,
When you're in that rut, I mean, can you explain to the viewer how tough it is? You know, it just feels like you can't get out of it.
You're talking about Krista?
Krista or a particular game.
Right.
I mean, both, right? If your draw weight eludes you, Krista McCarville's weak in general. Like when you're out there competing as a competitor, like how hard is it in the moment?
It's hard,
4-7.
but you can get a little help from your friends. So if we're going to talk about Danielle's weight, for example, sometimes you think you're throwing less, and that's when your teammates can say your kick speed is a little bit quicker. Sometimes you're doing things that you just aren't aware of, and I think that with Danielle, her kick speed today on draws is just a little bit too hard, but she feels like in her hand what she's letting go is lighter, and it is. So somebody has to watch that, whether that's someone on the bench or your teammates. Don't just say, okay, throw less next time. What are you doing? It's been 3 times in a row. How do I fix this? And your teammates are your best source of support.
Line's good. Top 4. You can go, line's good. Running right now. Back 4.
A big shot for Selena. Had some great draws. Need to finish.
Let's go distance.
Get some finish to the stone and tuck in the middle.
Back 4.
Curl and be shot stone, and she does both. It'll settle back hearts.
What'd you say? 14-2.
You're close to that cheat, Kathy, or at least behind it, poking out a little bit though still.
It is. Yeah. Great brushing, great judge. It just took a long time to move.
I feel like on all of those, we were just watching it. Yeah. I never thought we were light. Place, but
I'm really impressed with those two. I mean, the way they talk, the way they communicate and sweep, they've done a really nice job for their team.
Yeah. Curls up nice. Yeah, it does. Just trying to nose it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Nice path here. Yeah, I agree.
Well, that rock didn't finish all that much. You can see a good chunk of this, so just quiet weight. Try to get the curl. Watch for Margot on the left side of Kayla to try to direct the stone over if it needs to be.
Yep, 13. Pull. Pull. 12-5. Pull. Okay. 13. Clean. Clean. It's really good. Yep.
Kayla Skrlik, here in 9. By the guard. By her own yellow. Oh, on the nose. Great touch shot. Avoids the jam and lies 4.
Perfect weight.
Great kills. No, beauty.
Nice.
No. Great. Lovely shot. Yeah. Jer.
It's okay, I'll wait.
Whatever it is, Kathy, she's got it.
She does.
She really has that eye of the tiger, that gene where you need to make a shot. Boy, it's been fun to watch.
I really don't want to be forced here, but she's sort of left me no option.
Well, she left her no option.
Yeah. I'd rather nothing so I can play or what? I don't want to get forced.
I've asked you, Kathy, earlier about, you know, how it feels to be frustrated. What does it feel like when your skip is doing things like that for you?
It's such a wonderful part to be a part of a team where you just can rely on that last rock thrower to make everything. And Kayla's that kind of player.
Well, you had Connie Lalaberty, you had Jennifer Jones.
Doesn't get any better.
Right? Like,
Where are you? Light. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Fully. Go, 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 go.
trying to at least outcount the ones in the weeds, and it'll be good enough for 3rd shot stone, I believe.
Just threw it slower. Just slower. Did you get on that?
I got a 15-2.
Yeah, I thought she was light out of her hand.
Sorry.
You look light, yeah. Is that tighter, I thought?
No, I like the throw. 5-2 time.
Well, here's the break open point in the game. There's talked about it that I thought there would be a pivotal moment. Selena's made some wonderful draws today. It just did not carry as much. And so because of that great shot by Kayla, chance for 3.
You got it, Kels. You got it, Kayla.
We're in agreement that Redstone's out counting the one. Back 8, Kathy? I believe so.
I believe so.
What an opportunity, though. Final stone in 9.
Want it to go.
A chance to really put the pressure on coming home.
Okay.
Can't hurt it.
Take a look. Go.
Hard.
Yeah, and one quick peek, and they continue to pound this rock.
Hard.
Head down.
Ashton, Margot, they haven't stopped. And now, out comes
Go, Ash.
Jerry-Lynn Ramsey. All they got, get it by that red. A little bit more, and they did it. What a great team shot to scrub that in time and get it there.
Well, that is when you thank your sweepers. They made the difference in that. Kayla threw it to them, but boy, they had to work for that.
And they knew, head down right away as Margot and Ashton, they got the job done, and they lead by 2 coming home in 10.
Good sweep.
The Scotties in Thunder Bay on this Monday morning. 10th end underway. Second stone on the way from lead Jerry-Lynn Ramsey.
Well, 2 great brushes there. You just saw the sweepers that made all the difference in that last end. It was Kayla Skrlik with a brilliant shot on her first, and the draw for 3, again, thrown to the brushers. That's what you are to do, but those 2 brushers made the most out of every inch they could get out of that stone for the 3rd point.
See the first one from Paige through the corner guard on the Cashmere sign, and coming in again here with the intern.
Curl. Toppy. Keep going. Hard, Danielle, hard. Whoa. Hard. Yep. Whoa.
So nice pair from both leads here in 10.
4-8. Jeez, I don't think. Yeah. Forward. Cape. Woo. You don't like the other turn, hey? Okay. No. Whoa. You like the other turn? Well, okay. I don't want whatever you're seeing, Cal. Or we guard. Whatever you like. Or we guard. Yeah. No, or we guard. Because even if I catch the guard, it's fine. Yeah. Okay. If we take it this way, I guess. Board. Board. Yep. Little sticky over. All right. Got it. You got it.
As Ashton sets to deliver, we look again on Northern Ontario and BC.
Trying to hit the stone on the left really thin as a redirect to catch the back one. Doesn't want to move her back red one. Trying to find a way to get 2 in this 9th end.
Meantime, Ashton, wow, just by the guard. And enough to remove that red stone. That's a nice shot.
Great shot.
Meantime, back to the update sheet. Krista McCarville. And another steal for Corinne Brown. And handshakes as Krista McCarville will fall to 0-4 in their home city of Thunder Bay.
We're doing this.
So 3-1 for BC, and that is big when it comes to group play.
Good job, guys. Yeah.
Oh, it is. Corinne is one of those teams with only 1 loss, in staying there. That puts her in a really good position.
Yep. Right back. Go. Hard. Good. 4-4. Okay.
Good judge. 4-4.
Yeah. It's okay. I don't mind that. What if you just peel? What?
I don't love it.
You don't like the peel?
No, I like the
Same way. About peel? Yeah, we could peel. Peel's sort of tricky, but peel.
Guard and play.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, it's just such a high guard that you can get around it with anything, but.
Well, and you look at the scoreboard, and you're up 2. Sturmay still will have to deal with the stones that are first and second shot, but anything that you attempt to make a play at the back stone, you're just leaving that guard, and we've seen it before that 3s can be scored if you leave those corner guards around. So just open up the front and force play in the house.
Sorry. Okay, we've got lots of time, right?
Both these teams on sheet C, Kathy, looking for their first ever win at the Scotties, PEI, and Nunavut.
Well, the Redstone
Either way.
is shot, and that was on the first one. Veronica jammed, and so is now trying to find a way to get to shot stone.
Veronica Main, fourth rock thrower for PEI.
Through the hole.
Whitney Jenkins.
Just
And
misses.
Yeah.
Steal of one for Nunavut.
Yeah, she threw a 9.
7-5. PEI will have hammer coming home in 10. And a little jiggle of the Yellowstones in our feature.
And just wanting to tap those stones back and stay frozen to the face of one of the stones. A little bit of separation, but still not bad.
You got it.
We're nosing,
It's nice
right?
weight out here.
Yeah, we're nosing. A hair roll is fine, actually.
Yeah, she said nose is okay, but roll in is fine.
Okay, thanks. Yeah. I was thinking even 14.
And Kathy, while you're hot, let's go. One more time. Saskatchewan, New Brunswick.
Well, Nancy's already shot, and the challenge is how do you score 2? Well, there's very small real estate that Melissa Adams has left for her, and it is 3/4 of her stone on the button. That is what she needs to do to be able to score 2.
Pretty good. Has to curl. Needs to curl. There it goes. Curl it, Shay. Curl it. You got room to curl
Trying to also stay with just that one loss and improve to 3-1.
Keep it going. Drag it. Drag it.
Gotta curl and go a little bit more, and just not enough curl.
Her weight was really good.
Another few inches. So a single. And Adams with hammer down by 2, coming home in 10.
I like it.
Much like what we have going on in our feature.
Curl if you can at the end. Back 4, back 8. You got to curl. Curl this.
Selena trying to use the 2 stones and the 8-foot at the top of the house as guards,
Hard. Go, buddy.
and to get back
Beauty. Good.
to the stone in the 8, and does.
So behind the tee line, Kathy, the team that is thrown has the first option to sweep if they're going to sweep.
Sure.
And
And if you're not,
get out of the way.
Right where you throw it. Okay.
exactly.
Heel. Ash. Ash.
Sorry.
Ash. Ash. Hard. 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 Hard.
Ashton Skrlik, little chip of the red, and the yellow goes to the hearts.
And Kayla's just trying to do elimination of the most obvious stone.
So nothing out front now.
It's either here. I just don't know how you get there.
It's probably there with the intern.
Can probably come this way.
Yep.
I think
Can
it's
afford
there
to
with the
tap it in
intern.
here.
Okay.
Again, you have your stones in front of your opponent's stone. The fact that at the end of this shot that Sturmay won't be shot doesn't really matter. There's still lots of rocks to come. You just want to be in a position to be able to score 2 and make it really difficult for Kayla Skrlik to be able to remove any of the stones.
Line's good. Back 8. Close. Yeah. Well, back 8. Straight. Straight. Hard. 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 Go, go, go. Whoa, whoa.
And a little kiss, and then sideways towards that yellow. Shot stone still belongs to Skrlik.
Oh, sneaky. Good sweep.
That'll do.
Get there. Was that pretty heavy?
I didn't. Could stuff though. Or I play hammer this.
You're never getting rid of that other red. Or do you want to wait?
I think it's just hammer this with peel.
I kind of like
okay?
that, nosing that.
But then it would be completely blocked, so try to get rid of all of them. Just on those. Yeah, peel. A little bit more. Hey, Kels. Yeah.
So this is about elimination. You hit this one hard on the nose, it goes that way, this goes this way. She would love that one to go that way as well and make all of those go away.
Them all moving.
Yeah, but you want your shooter to stay there?
Yeah,
Okay.
mine.
Yeah. But wait, you got it.
Wow, 96%.
Clean.
And not just a couple hits, on 12 hits.
Whoa.
Nothing but the hits. Kayla Skrlik, does she got one more?
Watch the red. Good.
Very nice.
Great way to jam that red right out.
And that in turn is her favorite turn when you look at the hitting numbers coming into today. 20 more in turns to out turns. So that is her preferred choice. And you can see why with the result.
But any new path we've...
It's not bad. I just have something funny to say.
Yeah. I think our tolerance
The other
is to
thing
bond.
we could do is
Like,
go on top of ours.
No, I don't like that.
Okay.
You have to be like dead frozen.
Okay.
But for Selena, she's got things to work with. She's already got one in the forefoot, and she's got another stone that was just thrown by Kayla to freeze on top of.
I'd rather be slightly short of it than bump it. Okay.
That 4 or whatever it is.
Okay. I think so. Little light.
Yep. Line's good.
Top 4.
T-line wait.
It's running okay, Des. I'm not heavy.
Line's good. Not
Top
curling
4.
yet.
Hard.
There it goes.
Top 4.
Line's really good.
Where are we? Top 4.
We're not on it yet, but line's
Hard
gonna be okay.
feet. Fully.
Straight.
Hard feet.
Such tough shots.
Hard.
Good brushing. Can't lock it on, but still something that needs to be dealt with.
And for Kayla, it's about picking a stone out. She needs to make one go away.
Time now for the game story, brought to you by Montana's Barbecue and Bar, proudly Canada's home for barbecue since 1995.
Well, it really has been in the back part of this game that we've started to see where the momentum is switched. It's gone back and forth, but the Sturmay tap in 8 made a difference. But what sticks out on this board, of course, is that 3. And that was just Selena a little bit light for the very first time in this game, and capitalizing was Kayla Skrlik.
And 94% on her hits. Margot Fleming, big scrub, and she'll push it through.
I really wanted that one to stay in. Me too. Yeah.
So to score the 2, is it a little bit of a, is it a split or run back here, Kathy? Looks like a run back roll.
She just has to come off nose and stick around with her shooter. Doesn't have to throw blast or weight.
Time out. Very good.
And still a lot of time, but they'll use their timeout.
Just to give her time to settle.
Just board? Yeah. Okay.
Just board. Needs to keep around her shooter.
It's been a well-curled game from both skips.
It has Selena very patient in this 10th end to set up an opportunity for 2, and she now has one.
And she needs it. Down by 2. Final stone here in 10.
Whoa. Yep.
Coming down.
Whoa.
We're losing bit speed. Curl.
Hard does.
Curl.
Hard does.
Curl.
Selena Sturmay has to move it enough, stick around for 2, and it's not to be. Just the single.
They waited a little bit too long to carve it, thinking that it would go.
Good game. Good game. Oh, good game.
And so critical. Remaining with the 1 loss.
Do you want the water bottles down low left?
Kayla Skrlik out of the Garrison Curling Club in Calgary.
Football battle, kids.
No quit, an impressive win over the Alberta rival from Edmonton. 6-5 your final. We'll wrap up coverage after this.
The 2025 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Kruger Products, the softest and strongest supporters for over 40 years. By Montana's Barbecue and Bar, proudly Canada's home for barbecue since 1995. By BKT Tires, growing together. And by Home Hardware, here's how.
Welcome back inside Fort William Gardens, and it's Nunavut. It is PEI. It comes down to the final stone, and throwing the fourth stone for Prince Edward Island is Veronica Main, and you got to make one go away here. You're leading by 2, so just ensure you don't give up the 2 with their final stone.
Well, Nunavut drew in deep enough that it is that second. She gets right to the nose. She makes the double. But even with the stuff, that's all she needs.
Yeah, the jam won't hurt her because it's just the 1, and they will win by 1. So 7-6 your final for Prince Edward Island. And the skip, Jane DiCarlo, first win at the Scotties. Yeah, there you go. They're on the board. And a job well done here in Thunder Bay.
It's an exciting moment.
I was like, how do we play this to make the double?
And right next door, Saskatchewan handshakes with New Brunswick. So on her birthday, it's a win for Nancy Martin. And again, she stays at just that 1 loss, Kathy. So very early, I get it. But man, it's important. And yeah, the birthday girl, pumped up.
She made a wonderful pick on her final stone. And Melissa took a look at it, needed to score 2. Just no way to manufacture those points. And they said, thank you.
High fives for Team Saskatchewan. So your updated standings, and if you look at Pool A, my goodness, look at the teams now at 3-1. You got Skrlik, you have Martin, you have Brown. Holman had the morning off. She's undefeated. Other side, Einarson undefeated. Top 3 will qualify. And so there's no tiebreaker games, Kathy, right? It comes down to the head-to-head.
Yes, it does.
And then last stone draw to the is another tiebreaker.
Correct.
So that's why you have to win, because at the end, if you're both, let's say, whatever, 4-1, but you beat that other team, well, then you're in. Well, we're at the Scotties, and there's granddaughter Scotty. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. Grandma got a win, I get a hug, and a photo that you'll remember forever. Very cool. And she's got Slider there, too. That's awesome. All right, this afternoon, we're back. Quebec, Laurie St. George, 4-time champion Carrie Einarson trying to get back on top. She's 2-0. Quebec 2-1. 2 Eastern Time. Vic Rauter, Russ Howard, Joanne Courtney, and Kathy Gauthier will have you covered for this afternoon's action. It is Monday at the Scotties. It is Family Day here in Ontario. It is a holiday around Canada, wherever you are. We appreciate you spending some time with us here at the Scotties Tournament of Hearts, the 65th edition of the Canadian Women's Curling Championship, 44th season of the Scotties, and we're in Thunder Bay for all the action.